Boys used to try anything to get me booked. Can get me sent off, wind me up. Martin Charlesworth, again, one of them annoying, just annoying. You know what I mean? We'd be walking out, and the ref, I'd be standing next to him, and be walking out, and he'd go, "Aye, ref." And the ref, "Aye," and he goes, "Look, folk have paid good money to come and see a football match a day. You'd be as well booking him now. He's just here to hurt folk. He's not wanting a football match. Again, you're going to keep an eye on him a day." And all that was going through my head was, "You're the first day I'm going to hit." Like stuff like that. He would annoy me with just words. He was phoning me and I said, "Nah, Charlie, it's not for me now. I'm done with that." Then the door goes one night. Chap at the door. Opens the door. So I've been offered all this money for all these Highland League clubs all through. Okay? Charlie turns up to sign me for Lossie with a plant in his hand and 4 tins of tenants.
A plant?
Plant. I opened the door and I goes to him, "Fuck are you doing?" And he goes, "You signed for Lossie?" And I goes, "For a plant?" And he goes, "The plant's not for you, it's for Cormac." "They're for you." And I goes, "For 4 tins of tenants?" And he goes, "I forgot my wallet or something daft like that. I couldn't afford a whole crate."
So, episode 65 today. We've got former Highland League midfielder, but played pretty much every other position as well. And 2026 Ballon d'Or nominee, Puskas Award nominee after Friday night. Martin McMullan, how's it going? Fine?
Not bad, you?
I'm alright. Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to this. We've been chatting for a wee while and originally last summer I was trying to recruit Martin to my football team, and then I realised that was not going to work. So I've been working on the podcast for about fucking 6 months. So but we got there. It's good.
I wouldn't speak too soon.
We were just chatting just now though about kind of Friday night, and well, what I've just mentioned is Friday night. We'll start off with that because me and Ryan came doing a lot of meaty challenges flying about. And
it was how it was going to be. Everybody says, it was a friendly game, but I don't think there's one boy on that pitch for both sides that have ever played a friendly in their life. You didn't get friendlies with the folk in that pitch. So it was good. It's good to be back in the changing room more than anything else. Did
you play with the majority of the boys that played on that night?
Aye. Played with most of them. The only one I didn't play with was Willie Mathers.
Aye, okay.
Never played with him, didn't I think, but he was good, man.
Aye.
He could still play.
Aye.
That's what we said to him after. It says, "You should be on the Boston Air in the morning."
Nicky Smith as well. He was all over the
good.
place.
Aye, good touch. Nicky always had a nice touch and
just
turn and
bullying the back three. I think it is Forest were playing, but
Forest boys will not thank you for that.
No, that's the result speaks for itself. Surely,
yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Good goal.
I don't know why I was so surprised. I used to score goals like that all the
time. Well, when we're speaking about this, we'll cut this up for a clip, Ryan, and we'll Martin's got the goal, so we'll play the goal when we're speaking about it. But just a clearance for a cross, and you just
I actually noticed that the two corners before that, Fletty had put them in the same place. And I thought, yes, I'm just going to go in and then come out again.
Aye.
And then when I seen it, I thought, oh no, just swing and hope for the best here. But I couldn't have got it any better. And a good goal.
It was.
I think I was the only boy chuffed in that pitch to see that ball go in. I think everybody else thought, oh, what a goal. And then, oh no, they go to hear the end of it, especially Biscuits.
Oh, brilliant.
Biscuits wasn't even back in the club, and I had texted him saying, do you see my goal?
It was a speed run the show on the night though. I think Farker was unreal. Farker was good. And when Ross came on, he changed the game a bit. Like,
that was how Roscoe used to play. Came when Roscoe first came to Lossie, kind of made it easy for you. In a way, you were just like ball over the top, right run your little shit, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Go and get on the end of that. But typical Roscoe. Gets a chance, puts the easy one past the post, and then scores a hard end.
Aye, exactly.
But Roscoe's a good player, again. When he looked fast the other night, I thought he looked quick, but
he's on it.
Years ago he was rapid.
Aye.
Him and Coco.
Aye, I've heard a lot about Coco. I played school football with him, and it's weird, he was never like that at school. He was just like a central midfielder, number 10. And
yeah, it's funny you say that. So Coco said he came to Lossie, Charlie was obviously took him in, and Coco greeting about playing centre midfield. I'm a centre midfielder, why am I not playing centre mid again? So I was like, you're nae, Coco. You're a winger again. Pace again. Just Charlie says to him, you're going the wing, Coco. And then he greet about it for ages, and then he become one of the best wingers in the Highland League. You know what I mean?
Aye, strange how these things happen. Right, starting off, Martin, how good a football player you're a Bairn. I changed it up with Mainzer last night, so I'm going to change it up now. Now, what age did you realise you had a bit of potential? Because I get the same answer for Abdi. I didn't actually realise I had potential, but what age were you kind of getting picked up by clubs and things?
Well, a lot of folk didn't ken, but I was born in Coatbridge, so for them that doesn't ken, that's a posh bit just outside Glasgow.
Aye.
So when I was there, primary school in first year, moved to Elgin. I was about 12, just going into second year, I think it was. And the team that I played for in Glasgow, in Coatbridge, I was one of the weakest players.
Aye.
Again, it was full of really good players, like Mark Kerr, mind him.
Aye.
So Aberdeen and Falkirk.
Yeah, great player.
I think he's at Ayr now, I think he is.
Still playing, aye.
So, and his brother Ryan, so they two were at Celtic at the time, and I think Ryan went on to Motherwell. So I was one of the weakest players in the team, and it was the manager, Henry, I mind him pulling me aside at the time and saying, look, you need to be fit, you need to play every game like you're playing for your place in the next game.
Aye.
And that kind of stayed with me forever. Kind of like Henry, another thing that stayed with me forever is Henry used to line us up on the white line when we got there, and he used to go down and look at your boots and see if your boots weren't shining. Didn't matter if you were the best player on the team, you were out, you were on the bench.
Mental. And
I picked my boots up a couple of weeks ago to go and play in a Wednesday night doing it at Gleaner with John Collins and that.
Aye. I
took him out the garage, and I mind taking him and thinking, fucking hell, thank God Henry's not there. I'll not get a game tonight. His boots are minging. And I used to, every game I'd polish my boots, but it probably wasn't until I moved to Elgin, and then I played for the school, and then I started to stand out a wee bit, and I knew then I was not a bad player. I was never brilliant. Like MD, I'll tell you, I've never said I'm brilliant, or I'd say I can do a job. And that's
I was a midfielder.
Always a midfielder. I always played across the middle. It might have been for a while. Tats actually played my right midfield. Don't know what he was thinking there, but played right midfield behind Shawnee Noble was playing behind me. So I think it was because we were quite quick, and Sean would get up and down the pitch all day, so I would cut in and then play Sean in. But always in the middle of the park after that, all through the Elgin City youth game. That's when I ended up. I knew I was half decent. Tiger took me into Elgin City under 16s at the time. Tiger, Ian Moe, Brian Duckett, Osty Grant, these boys, Davy Kerr, they would take us everywhere, all the galas and that was brilliant. Tiger's car, the way home, and stupid stories and his jokes. He still sends me shit jokes every day. I'll get a shit joke for Tiger. But really good. Really enjoyed it then, and that's when the Elgin City stuff came. But there was a time where I hit like I was probably like 12, 13, and I must have been a wee bit older than that, because there's two paths. There's the football path, or there's the idiot path, you know what I mean? And I was half.
Aye.
I was nae turning up to games and just stupid. And it was after a boys' league game, and I got the bollocking of my life for Tiger. Bollocking of my life. And he pulled me aside and he said, "Look, you're doing a stupid path." And he just let rip on me. And I mind thinking then, I need to wisen up. So it was a bollocking, but I was needing it.
Aye.
So if I probably didn't get a bollocking, I don't if I would have even went on to play Highland League or that, because you hear so many boys going stupid paths.
Aye.
And then you're one of them boys in the pub that they say, if he kept his head, he would have been a good player. I hate that.
Aye.
Hate that. I hate it all the time.
A good grinding for you for Tiger.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah. And moving up here in Arkin, it was just me and my mum that moved up, and my brother.
Aye.
So came for something. Your mum always gives you a row, but I got a row for Tiger that day that stuck with me for.
Still sticks for you now.
Still sticks for me now, Still scared.
Right, so it's been probably about 10 episodes since I've had a fellow Celtic fan in.
Aye.
Celtic for a young age.
Aye. So Coatbridge was like a Celtic tune came at me. Aye. So if you didn't support Celtic in there a bit, you didn't stay there. You know what I mean? So all my family was all Celtic.
Good, aye.
My stupid cousin, he was the only Rangers fan. And the Hale family, I don't know why. And then my brother tried it for a while. He started supporting Rangers. Don't know why. I think my mum was working or something, and we had a babysitter. And it was this guy, and he was a Rangers fan. And he said to my mum, I kind of watched them this Saturday when she was working. I'm going to the football. He says, but I could take them with me. I've got a spare ticket. And I was like, I'm not going to Rangers. No way, Ken. But Stephen was like, I'll go. So he went to one game, and that was it. The boy bought him a top, and he was a Rangers fan. So, but then we moved up here, and he's an Aberdeen fan. So
Christ, aye.
Following the sheep.
Players were you looking up to? Celtic team that day?
Larson, Ken. Larson was
for everyone.
Everybody came at me. The king, Ken. He was the goals he scored, important goals. But
what's your first memory of Celtic, the squad and that?
Celtic squad.
Aye, because when I think back, I think it was Van Hooijdonk and that.
Well, I was just about to say, I remember Van Hooijdonk because when Mark Kerr got his move to Celtic, Van Hooijdonk was there. And I mind him coming back and saying, Van Hooijdonk was doing it our training tonight. And I was like, Jesus Christ, he was getting trained by Van Hooijdonk, you know what I mean? But Van Hooijdonk, Larson, obviously. But it's brilliant. Larson's movement off the ball, that was
it's unreal.
I think it impressed me most, because it's what I like to do. I like to run beyond, and I just thought his movement was incredible.
Best foreign player ever play in Scotland.
His first game to you thought,
aye.
Was it Hibs or something like that?
Aye,
gave
Hibs,
the ball away. Didn't they score?
Was it Chick, what's his name? Chick Charlie. It's not Chick Charlie, that's a player off the sports scene. Chick Young, I think.
Aye. His first game you would have thought, oh my God, what have we signed here? But then
Just took off.
Magic.
Right, so kind of early days at Elgin, you were out on loan, were you?
Aye, so early days at Elgin, they were brilliant. You know what I mean? Everybody says you play the school football and that, play with your mates, and that's the best. But that Elgin, early days at Elgin were brilliant. There was myself, Minnie, Boo, Whitey, Mark White, kind Stu Straffdy, kind all them boys, and we were all mates. So it was like playing with your mates, but at a good level.
Yep.
Kind Stevie Ellis, Coco Blackhall, kind. I just said it a minute ago, but Coco Blackhall is that boy where you speak about in the pub. Again, you like say it all the time. Everybody says it. Again, if he turned up and he was on it, you knew you would win.
Aye.
Again, him and Ellis on the same team.
That's unreal.
Ellis just made like everything look so easy. Ellis would skin you and move the ball. It was just like a shoulder, and then he would just glide past you, Ken.
Yeah.
Where me and Mark White would run about, kicking boys up and down the pitch, covered in mud and blood and that, and would come in. Ellis would get man of the match, came at me. Didn't even need a shower. I don't think Ellis had a shower the whole time I played with him. Never needed it, but he's got more man of the matches than anybody.
Aye. Just kind of touching on Coco, I was actually speaking to him outside the Thunder a couple of weeks ago, and we were just chatting about the podcast and that. But he was Scotland, was a youth, wasn't he?
He was Scotland Cups. Again, I don't know how many he got, but it was more than one, I think. He played a good few times for him, and then again just
went one way.
Doing that path. Again, maybe Tiger should have pulled him aside and gave him a ball. But that just shows you though, that path's but you hear it all the time.
Yep.
All the time. But brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Ian Moe, Tiger, Lossie, Brian, putting their time in for us, and they getting paid for it. Just doing it off their own back, and like even like Tiger, but mind this time. Kane Austin Grant. Austin Grant. So his son Christopher, sadly no longer with us, but he had like learning difficulties.
Okay.
But he used to come to all our games in the changing room with all the boys. And what a laugh. Everybody would just treat him like he was one of the boys. And there was this time, half time, and Tiger was going fucking mental. We were getting it. We were getting it. And he was shouting. Tiger was shouting. And the next thing, the door burst open and Christopher walked in. Tiger was standing. Christopher just walks past him. He goes, "Oh, shut up, Tiger. You've got a right fat belly." Not one other player would have got away with saying that to Tiger, apart from Christopher. And we all went for sitting there, feared to breathe.
Aye.
Pissing ourselves laughing. It was brilliant. And I seen Austin a couple of months ago doing it at Harry Gow's. I hadn't seen him in ages. And I was kind of so that story still makes me laugh to this day. Like it was yesterday. But Tiger was brutal.
Yeah,
brutal. But in a good way. Like some boys couldn't handle it. Some boys couldn't handle the bollikins, and like some players' parents couldn't handle the ball. Like there was a game and I can't remember his name, but Tiger was going nuts on him during the game, and his dad just walked onto the pitch, took him off, and says to Tiger, "I'd speak to my own like that. You're not speaking to me."
Wild.
Tiger shouts to him, "Mind and hand his fucking strip back in." Jesus Christ!
Wow.
But there's a good end. I think Tiger mentions it in his podcast about the deep heat.
Aye.
So we were away to Rothes. And I was saying a stinker. I think I'd lashed out at somebody and I'd been booked early, and he was just going nuts. He's saying, "Wait till I get you, not changing. I'm neck play for this club again." And I was getting it. I thought, oh my God, dreading it's half time. So I goes, half-time whistle went, Tiger was over the other end of the Rothes pitch.
Aye.
Changing rooms, the dugouts were over that end. So I sprinted into the changing room, went into the Medibag again, pulled out a tin of Raljex, hated Raljex.
Aye, he was saying that.
Used to ban it, because he used to go for his breathing. I sprayed it all over the changing room. Tiger came in the door, he was raging. And he walked in, and his first person he sees is Minnie. So Minnie starts getting it, shouting at Minnie. Fucking probably about being small. Minnie got it for being small, I think. And then he turned to the next one. So it was like Minnie and then the defenders, and then I was a wee bit further down the changing room. And by the time he got to about number 3, number 4, he started breathing. And he had to get out the changing room. And I was thinking, thank God he never got to me, He never got to me. I mind going out to the second half, and he was sitting in the bloody stand. And I mind looking at him and thinking, fucking hell, I've killed him. Struggling to breathe. And he made him saying, if I find out who done it, and he was looking at me the whole time. Every week he was, who's going to admit it then? And nobody would say it was me. I was in first, I sprayed it. But I think we told him a few years later. I told him at a hospitality at Elgin. I goes, that Raljecks? And he goes, I knew it was you. And then he gave me a ball, and it was like 10 years, 15 years later.
But that's brilliant.
But we used to win games for Tiger.
Aye.
You would, as much as he gave you a ball, one was fear. You didn't want to lose because you didn't want that ball, but when you wanted to play for him and all, nobody ever left. As much as they didn't, nobody left to go to any other club. Nobody went to Lossie or any other club. But I don't think there would be one player that Tiger had that would probably say a bad word about him. I think everyone would probably. We all liked the way he was. And it probably made us, some of us, the players we ended up. He's
a funny guy as well, He's
didn't I tell him that?
No. It's just steeped in history the last 30, 40 years of Elgin with him.
Yeah.
You know.
Still see him, I went, it was a couple of years ago, he phoned me and he goes, I'm going to take the under 16s or something it was. He says, come down and help me, He says, you take it I'll nae get involved, I was like, aye, all right. So I went down and set on up. Wasn't even 30 seconds in, and he's giving him a ball, and then they're walking away and they're all like sniggering and that, I'm making them all laugh. And he hated that. He's turning around and giving them a ball, and I've got a straight face. Boys, what he's laughing at? Tiger's like, they just didn't listen, these boys anymore. Aye, really good. Loved it.
So, kind of going into adult football and that, am I right in anything thinking you were on loan at Lossie United?
No. So, what happened was me and Mark White both played centre midfield.
Aye.
And back then, you went out to the juniors to toughen up, before you got a taste of Elgin City or like Highland League. And Tiger and Ian Moe. Ian Moe was the brains behind Tiger, by the way. May I get that in. Tiger was a boy. Ian Moe had all set pieces and that. But they pulled me and Whitey aside and said, right, he's going out on loan. Some adult football, toughen yous up, And Whitey was more pally with all the new Elgin lot, So Whitey was like, right, I'll go to New Elgin. And I was like, well, no point both of us going to New Elgin, we're only
playing the same position,
16, 17 or something at the time. So I was like, if we both go there, only one of us is going to play. Probably me and Whitey would not get a game. You know what I mean? But, so I went to Bishop Mill.
Aye.
And wow, and what a time I had there.
Yep.
And that was like some team went into. So you had Sambo, Colin Mitchell, Ian Campbell, Ralphie, all these boys, and Dunner was a goalie.
Gosh, aye.
And it was just nuts. They were just mental, absolutely mental. I mind going away to Ralph Lossie, and it was like 50p a dram. And I think if you got man of the match, you had to stand up on the table and drink like a yard thing of beer. And I was only like 17 or something at the time. And man of the match and drinking this thing, and then end up Abdi's away and you're still sitting there drinking, and then it was like, right, get in the boot of the car, take you back to Elgin because there was no room. So you're lying in the boot of the car, but the car pulls up the back of Joanna's and then you're let out the car. Oh, it was brilliant. That kind of loved Bish, but that was an eye opener. I thought I was hard kind of tackling midfielder, and I thought I could tackle until I went into that juniors.
Aye.
That was
different level.
I even remember the first game against, it must have been Lossie United, and it was Noah McEllis, right? Noah McEllis was playing for Lossie United, and we still laugh at this, me and Noah, and see him. And I thought, looking at Noah thinking, Jesus, no money.
Aye.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to hit him. I'm going to leave one on him. Big mistake. Big mistake. I can still feel the tackle. I might have hit him from behind, just left my studs on him. And he just turned around and looked at me. I thought, oh no. Didn't I like that look? I'd never had that look before. And then 2 minutes later, bang, hit me. And I'm lying in the ground. I was getting up and he just picked me up. No, McEllis just picked me up by like the scruff of the neck. And he says, you'll need to do that again, wee man. He says, what you need? He says, you need to go home for a good fucking bowl of mince and ties. I'm thinking, you've just nailed me. I'm thinking, well done. And then you've hit me with, go home for a good bowl of mince and ties. You skinny wee bastard. I want home for a good bowl of mince and ties. So I was bringing it up to Normie. But he even laughs himself.
That's quality.
I loved Bish. My mum never. She hated me when I was there.
Aye.
Go home, blazing.
Aye.
Blazing. And then my bag, my kit bag
Aye.
It would be full of back, and you were smoking in the toilet, in the pubs. I would go home, I'd take umpteen pint glasses, ashtrays, because Dinner and Ralphie and Abdi, Ian Connell, every time they finished, they would throw it into my bag. And I was that drunk, I wouldn't even care. I'd wake up in the morning, my mum's house was full of bloody pint glasses and ashtrays. I didn't even smoke. But Bish was really good. Another boy that was there, really good player, nearly forgot about him, was Smalley. Ian Small.
Names rings a bell, like
Ian Small could have played Highland League. It was me and Ian Small in the middle of the park a lot of the time at Bish.
Aye.
Smalley was really good.
I learned a lot from him.
Aye, he did. He never gave up. Hit tackles in. And I mind Smalley got a shout to play for Lossie Highland League when I was there, and I was gutted because I wanted to sniff at that, and they were like, your time will come, Smalley's been, so I can't remember, Smalley was mid-20s or something then, but Smalley was a really good player.
Aye.
Probably now, if you went back, Smalley probably wouldn't even have needed to go into juniors.
Yeah.
He would have just went straight to Highland League.
Aye.
Like a lot of that junior players back in.
It was a different level back in altogether.
It's really good. Really good standard,
Coming for obviously juniors back in the day, and obviously you've played juniors within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference?
It's not as tough as I remember it. Like, you've not got Noah McEllis's,
Aye.
You've not got Ian Smalls, as I've just said. You've not got Bullet. You know what I mean? Yeah, these boys pound punching the ribs. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, you bastard. But none of that anymore.
Yeah.
But I would say it's got more, I think boys are a lot more technically better footballers now than back in.
Aye.
They weren't bad football players, but I think the coaching, everything's changed now. I mind seeing my nephew Liam McDonald, and it was when he was at Aberdeen, and it was like your cones get laid out, and it was in and out. Everybody done that. Every junior club done that. I mind seeing Liam at Aberdeen, and it was, you went up and you done a Cruyff turn, with your right foot going through the cone, and then you done a cross turn with your left foot going through the cone. I mind thinking, fucking hell.
That's a different level. Aye.
Couldn't I do that?
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. Yeah. And what happened to just running in between cones came, but now you see them new and they're all turning right, left. So, it's nice tough and the tackling. Ken.
I find the heading as well, Ken.
Heading, you can't coach it anymore, Ken.
Exactly.
And if you get caught coaching young ones to haze a band, your tickets are gone. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why it's all on the floor. Everything's on the floor, but don't get me wrong, juniors is good. Kind of played a couple of games in New Elgin, and it's our level. Played not long ago against Devonside.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember his name, but really good player. Centre Park. It was the only reason I played. Hulk said to me, fancy coming down, and I was like, no, I'll come past that now, Ken. And he was like, what if I told you the boy you're playing against a really good player and it's getting looked at by a few Highland League clubs? And I thought, I'll get a go then. Up for a challenge. But boy was good. I can't mind his name now. It'll come to me.
You and Jum, wasn't it?
Jum and Jum.
He looked really good on Friday night. He looked fit as a fiddle.
Fit as anything, Jum. Jum could play 2 games.
Aye.
And we were all saying after the other night, Jum's about to run home just to break sweat, because he hadn't. He just didn't look.
No.
Didn't look like he broke sweat.
Training for a boxing match as well.
Boxing match, aye. Brilliant.
Mental,
I'm jealous of that.
Aye.
Honestly jealous of that, and going down to watch him. Magic. I was going with Jum for a while with the sparring and that, and Jum's good.
Aye.
He's good. You see him, he looks like a boxer when he's in there.
Ryan will correct me on this, but was it Sid Mackay nailed with an elbow into the throat, like, so.
He's good at that.
Aye.
Him and Fletty were good at that. Fletty was, there's a few about Fletty and I think it was him that told that one about Jum, was it?
Aye.
Fletty done the same. I mind we were playing Huntley. I'll just say his name, Sonny. So playing at Huntley, and I think Sonny had been giving him a hard time. It's a corner. Fletty goes to me, Dino, what? He goes, Lionel watching. I think the ref was speaking to somebody, So I goes, no, how? And then the next thing, bang! Almost felt like sounds like two shinnies going together. I turned around, and Sonny's lying on the ground trying to catch his breath. Fletty's standing there with the hands out as if, ref, what's he doing? Poor Sonny's lying there trying to catch a breath. So Fletty tell a lie about Jum, but Fletty had a few. He was good.
In your career, Martin, who's the best player you played with?
Best player I played with?
You can give me a few answers if you want.
Aye, so I thought about this, but there's a few. Ellis, obviously, brilliant. Played centre midfield with him all through Elgin, and then to Lossie. Ellis ended up moving to Nairn, and then, as I say, effortless for Ellis. Just
at his own pace,
breeze through games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, so laid back. And I mind it was Ellis. Right, we're sitting in the changing room before the game, and Ellis used to warm up with like a hat and that on, and they're just do his own thing. Up there getting better. Ellis just do himself. So we were into the changing room. Tats was the manager, and when Tats was speaking, you weren't allowed to fiddle with your socks or anything had to be ready. All eyes on him. And Ellis was next to me. Tats is speaking, and he keeps looking back at Ellis, and I could tell he was getting annoyed with him. So I'm trying to nudge Ellis. And he looks at me. So Tats catches him, and he goes, Ellis, you need to listen to me. And I'm tapping Ellis, and he looks up at Tats. He goes like this. Takes his headphones out.
Oh no.
Takes his headphones out, right? And we're all thinking, oh no, you're the way to get it here. And Tats goes to him, who are you listening to? It's more important than me. And Ellis goes, I know, Richie. So laid back. But you had biscuits and biscuits was just...
Bit of genius.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Biscuits, pick up ball at an 18-yard line, drive to the other 18-yard line, get your foul. Abdias is knackered. He would take up ball and score a goal out of nothing.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And then Charlie was really good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to run beyond the strikers.
Yeah.
Charlie wasn't very mobile. He's more a target man.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlie used to take up ball in and I'd go past him and he'd just lay me in.
Aye.
Okay. The only thing was I used to miss half the chances came at me. But Charlie was really good for me. But Minnie's the one.
Aye.
Ken. Minnie was brilliant. A bit like Marcel in the changing room, Ken. He was nuts.
Aye.
Ken, he was up for it. Like, I thought I got up for games, but Minnie was just...
Different level, aye.
Like, I used to work with Minnie. So at Yule's, so we worked as close as me and you are just now on the same bit at Yule's, Ken. And we'd work Saturday mornings sometimes. And we'd come to 11 o'clock and Minnie would be laughing and joking. As soon as 11 o'clock came, that was it. So we'd be speaking and I'd say something and he'd be like, that's it. It's 11 o'clock. Didn't I speak to me? Getting in the zone. I'd be like, He'd be like, no, that's it. So nobody was allowed to speak to him after 11 o'clock. It was just crazy, Ken. His warm-ups, Ken. Like, Minnie would be there before anybody else.
Aye.
And if he wasn't, when nobody else was out on the pitch, pretending to look at the pitch, Ken, try to have a bit of time, Minnie would be getting dressed, ready to go. Hated team talks because he just wanted to do it there. Minnie was the only person that turned up in the team and probably knew he was playing.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody was putting him into the team. And we would be like sitting there and I would look at him and he hated it, kind of Charlie was speaking. So then Charlie would be like, anybody got anything? And I'd be like, aye, Charlie, what about if, so what would you know about corners? And then he's speaking, you'd see Minnie like looking at him as if to say, will you shut up? Okay. And then as soon as Charlie finished, Minnie would be up and away. Okay, out the door. And it was like, he warmed up for an hour.
That's mental.
That's mental. And he was crazy. He was crazy. And I mind we went in a good run. We went in a good run of games. I think we'd won about 4 or 5 in a row or something. And I don't know what it was, but training was all relaxed. It's like you win a few games and nobody's mucking about and that. And Minnie didn't like that. Hated it. Turned up to me on the Wednesday at work and he goes, I think we were playing Rothes and he goes, we're going to get beaten Saturday. And he goes, how? Nah, it's Rothes. You know what I mean? We'll beat Rothes. And he goes, nah, Abdi thinks they're superstars. And he said it. See, in the Thursday, he said it again. All day, we're going to get beat. Everybody thinks they're superstars. And his Thursday night of training, he said it to everybody. We better turn up with the right heads on Saturday. He said, all walking about like superstars. Okay. Saturday came and we were shit.
Aye.
Playing shite. First half, I think we were doing 1-0 or something. And we were playing terrible. And half-time whistle went, Minnie runs into the changing room, as he did. He never stopped, sprints in. We're all walking off. And I coming in and I was like first in. And seen Minnie standing at the door, waiting for us all. So Charlie comes in, and it's like, I walks in after Charlie, and he goes, ain't you a fucking superstar? Sit down to me, I was like, fucking hell. And then every player said the same thing to every single player walking in that door. Oh, everybody got, ain't you a fucking superstar? Sit down. Ain't you a superstar? Sit down. And he slammed the door and everybody got it. It was like a mini tiger started there just going nuts. And then like it went to so it went quiet and Minnie just sat back down, like his legs shaking, just wants out the changing room again. And Charlie was like, I've got nothing to say. Minnie said it up. He was goalie. You know what I mean? But everybody was on about. He's a brilliant keeper.
Aye.
And somebody would hit a shot and you'd think, oh no, that's in. And then he would just
Nothing.
pull it. He would save it, but not only that, he would save the rebound.
Aye.
And I just thought he was just phenomenal. I loved the way he was on like match day, and see on a bus, he was just brilliant. Football magic, and a really nice guy. And one of my mates as well worked with him, really good. But see, he's blind as anything. He's blind.
Aye.
He couldn't tell you the time on his own watch. You know what I mean? He'd be like that. And I used to say to him, man, you could see how good a goalie you could be. Because if that's how good you are when you're blind, how good a goalie could you be? I mind Jock played for Lossie. He was a Portuguese boy.
Nah.
Jock, anyway. You would have picked Jock for your five-a-side team indoor, but you wouldn't have taken him into the trenches away for us on a Wednesday night. You know what I mean?
Okay, aye.
I mind Jock got sent off. I think it was a midweek game, or it was a Saturday, whatever. But he got sent off, and it was up the other end of the pitch. And we turned up on the Tuesday, and Charlie was speaking about the game. It was a Saturday, and Charlie was speaking about the game on the Tuesday. And Jock got a bollocking for getting sent off. Okay. And Minnie, he got it. We walked out. Minnie goes to me, Jock got sent off. And I goes, oh, aye. He goes, when? I goes, Saturday, booted so-and-so in their box. And he goes, oh, I never even came. I can't see up far. And he didn't even care he got sent off for doing the 10 men. So, aye, it's got to be Minnie.
Crikey.
Got to be Minnie. Just, I would take him Lossie new.
Aye.
Aye.
Absolutely.
Even the other night, in that bounce game, he's warm up. Abdi's trying to squeeze into the tops. I think Flighty had the under 12s tops or something like that, but Abdi's trying to squeeze into the tops, and he's diving about the changing room, bouncing that bar, like throwing it against the wall and catching it. That was his
thing.
It's just like mini 20 years ago.
It was. I think there was a high ball and he's off his line. He's out. He must be about 30 yards. He's heading it out.
Right, he done that. He done that at Vale. He went to Vale.
Aye.
And I think he was good at that. And because he used to play outfield.
Aye, that's
he played outfield, so he was good with his feet and that as well. Okay. And I think there was a game at Vale. I can't mind who told me this, but there was a game at Vale and the ball came through. It was one of his first games and he ran out and headed it. And I think the boy got it, chipped him and it nearly went in or something. And I think one of the fans was like, he's a liability, that goalie, Ken. But that's what you got with Minnie. You know what I mean? But I think Minnie ended up getting Player of the Year and on at Vale.
I think
Ken,
twice, he said. Aye.
And that was him later on, Ken. So, Minnie was brilliant. We not changed him. Kev Main. Kev Main was...
Aye.
That was one thing at Lossie. We always had good goalies.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed them for some of the teams we had at Lossie. You know what I mean? Dunno. Murray McLeod. I always think Murray McLeod was there. And Murray was a good goalie.
It's mental that actual... I mean, you look back at Lossie last 20, 30 year, a lot of goalies came through Lossie.
Like Dunner was a good goalie. Had him at Bish, and then Lossie and Kev Main. Kev Main was a really good goalie.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference between Kev Main and Minnie was just was up for every game, friendly, whatever, anything.
Aye.
Training. Minnie was buzzing. Kev Main, you'd be like, brilliant goalie. You'd wake him up before the game. You'd be sitting in the changing room and you're like, Jesus Christ, Kev, come on, we've got a game a day. You know what I mean? But he's good there and he was produced magic saves. You know what I mean? But that was all the difference between Minnie was, for me, he was
just mad for
phenomenal
it.
Game.
Aye.
Played with Minnie longer as well.
Aye, of course.
The Football Journals is proudly sponsored by Pinefield Glass. If you're in the northeast of Scotland, whether that's Aberdeen, Murray, or anywhere across the region, and you're thinking about upgrading your windows or doors, Pinefield Glass have got you covered. They're one of the area's leading suppliers of high-quality UPVC and aluminium windows, doors, and glass products. Their products are designed with the Scottish climate in mind too, helping you keep your home warmer through those cold North Sea winters and improving energy efficiency to keep the heating bills down. Alongside windows and doors, Pinefield also offer conservative roofs, roofline products, balustrades and pergolas, and composite decking. So whether you're renovating, building, or just giving your home a bit of an upgrade, they've got a solution for you. If you're in the Northeast and looking to improve your home, check out Pinefield Glass, get in touch with them and see what they can do for you. If you're watching via a video platform right now, then all the contact details for Pinefield Glass will be up on screen. But if you're listening via an audio platform, you can get in touch with Pinefield Glass via their website, pinefieldglass.com, or you can contact them on this phone number, 01343 54 5222, and you can email them at info@pinefieldglass.com. And finally, a massive thank you to the team at Pinefield Glass for sponsoring the show, keeping bi-weekly releases of this podcast throughout the year possible. It's much appreciated, guys, so thank you very much. Now, back into today's episode.
Of course. Flip side of it, Martin. You've played a lot of football, obviously. Who's the best player you've ever played against?
Played against so many, because how many years I've played.
Aye.
But there's a few, like Neely White. Neely White was brilliant, but me and Neely White seemed to cancel each other out. It was box to box.
Aye.
I'd kick him, he'd kick me. We'd go up for a header, he'd win one, I'd win one.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing with Neely White was, like, you would hit him, and you'd go down, and you'd see him going off, and you'd think, oh, that's him, boost, that's him. Then you'd look over, and he was like stretching, wait to come back on. He was relentless, came at me. But he was hard to play against because he was box to box, but Gary Clark. Gary Clark.
Yeah.
Like, that was flip side, two totally different players. Gary Clark, I just knew I was going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
That
like,
bruiser.
I knew, I was looking at him thinking, you're going to hurt me today. And I'd be like, I'll try and get in there first. So again, box to box with Neely White, or kick each other the hardest out of me and Gary Clark. You know what I mean? But again, another really good player. But there's a few like Dave McRae, Levi Stephen. Do you ever mention him at all?
New and again, yeah.
I mind him at Huntley, and I think he was at Celtic or something. And it was just one season, so I'm probably twice, maybe 3 times in a cup or something. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, this is a level of Highland League.
Aye.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But them, that boys that I just mentioned there, they were all ballers, They were all good players, but the one that sticks out in my head was Colin Mitchell, Clark.
Aye.
What a player. He was so small. See, to look at it, you would think,
Nothing to you. Aye.
Try and bully you. You know what I mean? But that was the first time I ever really seen anybody do like a throw-in. Throw in to them. He would come up to you and he would just walk up to you, and it would just be that wee stamp on the toe, a wee nudge, knock you off balance, and then he'd be in, and he was just one touch, just bang, round the corner. And by the time you got there, the ball was already away.
Exactly.
So you couldn't have hit him because he was too fast and you would have been off. But my first season in Highland League was against, I think one of my first few games was against Clark away. And Big Hulk was in the team and all. And I mind going in at half time, hands on my head, thinking,
I'm done.
I'm back to bish here.
Aye.
I'm not good enough for this. And Tats goes to me, what's wrong with you? And I goes, Tats, take me off and put somebody else on. I'm done. I says, I can't get near him. I says, I'm out my depth. And I just mind, Hulk called Hulk because of size, but he turned into Incredible Hulk out there. He turned green with anger, red. He was fuming. He jumped up off the bench, and I was like, hey, shit. And he grabbed me. Hulk, so I'm sitting there like that, and Hulk's leaning over the top of me, shouting, "What? You may as well going back to Bishop, that's your attitude," and all this kind of, Hulk gave me a fucking bollocking that day. And then, thank God I only played against Colin Mitchell twice though. He only played that one season, but it sticks in my head because I was mine thinking,
can I get near you?
You are by far the best player I've ever played against. I'd never seen movement like that, even just that wee nudge, the stamping the toes, clever. I think, was he near like a Ouija and all? I think he had that, he was
Southern mentality.
He was an angry wee man, and I just think, you were a really good player. Really, really good player. But it was Colin Mitchell.
Yeah, just tough as fuck.
Just tough and a baller.
Normally
you're a baller or you're tough. You know what I mean? Like,
did you play in the same Lossie team as Graham Marson?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we got a few mentions of Graham is pretty much the same mould as that, just tough as fuck. And
wonder when that would have been then.
Sure, Mainzer played with him at Lossie, and obviously Mainzer was there very early.
I see, Lossie, he was there before me, Mainzer, so that might have been when they were all like the Aberdeen.
He did speak about that as well.
It was all Aberdeen boys, and then Tarts went in, and he took myself, Ross McCarthy, Big Mo, Hulk. No, Hulk was actually there, I think. Hulk was already there. I think he was part of the Aberdeen squad. The Aberdeen squad, the Aberdeen
base boys.
And then I think Tarts took it, and all the money dried up.
Okay.
And then Tarts went in, and I think he said, right, you're now getting, I think Up Boys were on good money then. Tarts went in, and I think we were getting, I think it was £18 4p or something like that a week. I think our Aberdeen boys were like, what? I'm out of here, you know what I mean? And a lot of them went on. I think they were released and they could go wherever.
Absolutely.
But that's, Colin Mitchell, that always be in my head, thinking, thank God I wasn't the same age as you. That was him at the end.
Aye.
Thank God.
He was ferocious 10 years before
10 years before that.
Aye. Mental.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a broad point I've got, but moved to Lossie. Tarts that signed you. You're saying.
So moved to Lossie. Tarts took me. I nearly never signed for Lossie. I was at Bish in Nairn came in for me when I was at Bish, and I mind speaking to, I think it was Ralphie and Ian Campbell at the time, and they said to me, look, Nairn are sniffing about you. That would be a good move for you.
Yep.
That was the difference in all. Like, nobody stood in your way to move on. Like Ralphie and Ian Campbell and that, they always knew it was like, right, we've got him for a couple of seasons and then
go
to the Highland League. And I mind them pulling me aside and saying, that'd be a good move for you, Nairn, you'll get a bit of money. But there was a boy that was playing at Nairn St Ninian called Brooks. Has anybody ever mentioned him?
Nah, I think
sure
so.
His name was Brooks, and he was a really good player and all. He was a really good player, and I was playing against him at Nairn St Ninian, so I knew he was good. Big, tall, hardy and all. He was built, and Nairn were sniffing about him as well. And I was like, Ian said, the only thing is, Ian Campbell was like, they're sniffing about Brooks and all. I was like, it was a bit like the Whitey thing,
Aye.
I'm not wanting to go there because I'm wanting to play. I'm not one of these players for going sitting on a bench.
No, it's not you.
You've got to have him, but I just couldn't have done it. If I was benched at Lossie for a few games or whatever, I would have left. I would have went to a club where I could play. I would have went back to juniors. Didn't bother me. I just wanted to play. So I ended up saying I was still swithering with going to Nairn or staying at Bish.
Aye.
And then I got a knock at the door, and it was a big Tarts again. And I knew Tarts for Elgin, and I'd heard the stories about him for the Bish lads, because the Tarts was manager at Bish. And he just answered the door, and he was standing there with my training gear, and he says, "You're signing for Lossie." And I was like, "All right, am I getting a say in this?" He was like, "Nope, see you at training Tuesday," and handed me this training game. I was like, "Oh, well, that's it then."
Aye.
So I ended up going to Lossie, and I'm glad I did. Kind of loved it.
Yeah.
Kind of loved every minute of it. Kind of was just brilliant, and it was like I was there for, I think it was 11 years and end.
Aye.
Kind of then went back and just loved it at Lossie.
You went through like a couple of, like a transition, the kind of Tarts leaving and that wee bit in the middle, and then the Charlie era kind of starting.
So Tarts and me kind of, we just got on. Okay, and like I think somebody mentioned, I think it was Fletty mentioned I fainted with like Carl. Kind of, it was went through it for, it happened when I was a young wee at Elgin and all, and fainted up at Fort William, freezing Carl, faint, and could not play the game. And then it happened at Lossie, one of my first games, and I was lying in the hospital, and I was getting treated for a heart attack. Right, I was whatever age I was, 18 or something. Must have been about 18. No, I think I signed for Lossie when I was about 19, 20.
Aye. 20
maybe. I was lying in the hospital bed, and my mum's fucking bawling her eyes out again. I was wired up to her, and I mind Tarts came in. It was a Wednesday night that I fainted. Tarts came in, and it was just it was like a friendlies, kind of, it was a pre-season friendlies. And the doctor's in saying, right, we're treating it for a heart attack again. So my mum's up at Ido, and Tarts goes, "Will it be all right for Saturday though?" And I just mind my mum looking at him with that Ouija face kind of, I thought, "Oh, you're getting a slap here." But I was mind that comment and thinking, "I mean, you're going to get on, kid." But Tarts got us fit. Ken, he wasn't. Tarts wouldn't pull up a whiteboard and say, "Right, this is what we're going to play this formation and do this." He went out there. It was 11v11, and we run faster and we run for longer than them. And every one of us were fit as in.
Aye.
Fit as fuck, honestly. Fittest we've ever been. Me and Ellis used to say all the time, that is the fittest. It's pre-season.
Brutal.
Up that Oak Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of triangles. And the worst thing was, I think Tarts would have been 55. He was about 55, because I was mind him running at the front of the queue saying, "If a 50-year, 5-year-old man like me can do it, yous can do it." And he was fit as in. The only person that was fitter than him was his loon Graham.
Aye. That's mental.
Fit as in. But Tarts, really love Tarts, Ken.
Aye.
And I've never got a bad word to say about him. Loved it, Ken. And then Tarts brought in some characters and Ken, Ross McCarty, Ken, and I mind thinking the step up to the juniors was hard, but the step up to Highland League was just
it's different altogether, isn't
totally different. Ken, mind Ross McCarty pulling my side and saying to me, first season at Lossie, says, "You need to make a name for yourself. You need to make a name for yourself." Says, "A wee skinny cunt like you." So says, "Wee skinny shit like you wanting to play centre midfield, you'll have to make a name for yourself." I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Go out there and show them." He says, "Punch somebody in the face if you have to, but get folks speaking about you. Get folks speaking that they're turning up to Lossie and they're going to be in for a game." Okay. And he goes, 3-4 red cards this season. would be a good season for you. I mean, Ken Ross, you're nuts. You're nuts. Ken, but that boys, Ken, Shawnee Noble, great player. Really good pals with Sean New, Ken, and Hulk, Big Mo, Ken, Big Mo at left peg. Just, boys, Peter Maguire. And
Maguire, that's a name.
Andy Fisk.
Aye.
I played with Andy Fisk. Ken, when I went to Lossie, Andy Fisk was there.
It's mental,
And, like, these boys were brilliant.
Yeah.
Ken, they'd done it. Ken, they'd been there, done it. Ken, Andy had won cups with Lossie. And it was really good, but they didn't let you forget about nothing.
No.
I mind this boy Rusty, and he hit me. Rusty nailed me. And I had to go off. Ken, and it was probably round about the start of the season. So we'd played them once. I think he was at Cove at the time. I'd see every training session after that. Or didn't matter who we were playing. It was like, we'd get to training on a Tuesday and Thursday night, and Ross McCarty would be like, "You going to be alright to training night? I hear Rusty's in Lossie." Like, shut up. And he'd be like, we'd be playing Strathspey. "You going to be alright today? I hear Rusty's playing for Strathspey today, Ken." And they didn't let you forget it.
No.
Ken, they didn't let you forget nothing. And I mind we went back to Cove to play them. And all I could think was, I need to hit Rusty.
Aye.
I need to get my own back to shut these boys up. I mind took centre, and Rusty got the bar, and I ran in and I hit him, nailed him, Ken. And unintentionally, obviously.
Of course.
And, I mind turning to Ross, and I think Ross was like, "Calm down or something." I was like, "It's your fault. You've been winding me up for months, Ken. And you, Ken." The Tarts was to blame and all, Ken. They would all be, they were all at it, Ken. If you see them out on a Saturday night, "You better go home. Rusty's out in Elgin." Ken, you're like, fucking hell. Get a rest, Ken. One tackle. Ken, but it was good. Hulk was good for us. Hulk was good for us when we went to Lossie. Ken, big friendly giant, Ken.
Yeah.
Head a bar. Hulk could head the bar further than he could kick it.
Aye.
And I'm not exaggerating. Ken, that bar would come up, and he never used to. He tells Abdi he used to go up for a bar. Hulk's bar. Ken, he always says that, but he didn't. Hulk used to go up for a bar, and he used to shout where he was putting it. Ken, and not many folk do that. So
No, that's
if Hulk went up for a bar, he would shout, "Martin," and he would head everything in my direction. So if Hulk went up and shouted Martin, I took off.
Aye.
So I knew he was trying to head it to my side. Ken, and I'd try and run onto it.
Aye.
And he was really good that way, Ken. And Hulk was good for us, looked after us a wee bit. He was a menace, Ken. Like, went down one night to training, and he's told Tarts he had to leave early. He says, "I've got to leave early. I've got something with the Bairns or something." And we're arguing in there, changing room after the game. It's locked. Changing room door's locked. Everybody's stuff's inside, all their clays. So somebody goes, phones Hulk. "Hulk, you get the key?" "Aye, sitting in my house." Somebody had to go back to Elgin, get the key, back to Lossie to unlock it to let us in. Okay? But about me and Ellis, Hulk's, after the game, he like shave and he like face cream and all on, kind of like said to the skin. So he's got his wash bag before a game, and he's like his face cream. So I put grit in it, kind of like stones. We're away to Clark. Have you ever been to Clark?
Aye.
So you walk out and there's like the stones. So I went outside and Hulk was out in the pitch, put grit into his face cream, mixed it up, and fucking, I couldn't have picked a worse game to do it. We're getting hammered after we got pumped. I think we got 5 or 6-0 or something like that. And Hulk was going nuts in the changing room. And all I could think was, fuck, his face cream. So I never even had a shower. Me and Ellis, I was like, "Ellis, your dad here?" Tommy used to go to all the games. And Ellis was like, "Aye." I was like, "I'm not going back on the bus. Get your old Martin keys and lift him." So me and Ellis jumped in the car, never showered, clays on, away. And mine out on a Saturday night, and I think it was Big Mo or No, it couldn't have been. Can't mind. I mind one of them going, fuck, Hulk's gunning for you. I was like, oh, no. What's he going to do? Ken, what's he going to do? Like, every pub I went into, I was looking to see if Hulk was there. Ken, and I went to training, never done nothing, never mentioned it. Went to training on Thursday, never mentioned it. Saturday, never mentioned it. I thought, yes, it's forgot, Ken. He never got his, he waited. I waited Wick. Goes in after the game, into the changing rooms, goes in for my shower, comes out, and we wore, it wasn't a tracksuit back then, nobody wore dress trousers, shirt, tie.
Of course, aye.
Okay. And I mind just taking my fucking trousers off the hanger, cut them into shorts. I mind taking my shirt, cut the sleeves off. And I used to wear a jumper, kind of like a V-neck so you could see the tie, cut the sleeves off of that and all. And I turned and he was like, you honestly think I was fucking let you away with it? Fuck. So I had to walk into the Wick pub after the game with a pair of shorts on and my tank top and a shirt and my tie. He'd cut my tie and all.
Fucking hell.
So he got his aim back, but you know, some boy Hulk like.
Aye, some boy. As you say as well, can you speak to him and you think he's just a gentle giant and he's got that streak to him.
He's
like
Pernod and all.
Oh,
You know
right,
what I mean?
okay.
Hey, you look at him and you think he's a pints man, Ken.
Aye.
You go into the pub after the game, Hulk, what you want? Pernod and lemonade, Ken.
All right.
But no, loved the time at Lossie, felt at home there. Ken, met my wife there.
Mm-hmm.
Wife was obviously chairman's daughter, Kev Williams,
Aye.
here at the time. It was a bit hush-hush at the time because Kev was the chairman, you know what I mean? But I don't know, my match day routine changed then. I started going my car on, and then like my match day, I wake up and chill out, okay, breakfast and that. But then it ended up I was going down to Kath and Kev's before the game, and they used to make the sandwiches. Kath, and Kev, he'd just be sitting watching bloody cricket or football or something. But there would be Kathy, Carlin, and her sister Karen, and then I joined in this. I get roped into this. So I went for chilling out before a match to making sandwiches. Okay, so I would go in and Kath would like, oh, thank God you're here. Can you start buttering the bread? So like, I would butter the bread, pass it on to Carlin. Carlin would put the cheese and the ham, pass it on, or I'd be mixing soup. Okay, and then I'd be like, right, I hate to go. Okay, and then he'd be going over with the sandwiches. Okay, so I went sandwich maker, the captain. Okay. But, and then it was like, I got a bad injury, my knee. Okay, I get told that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Done it, it was actually Ross Duncan. Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a friendly, I think Oscar was playing in juniors at the time. And I just went to block him getting up the line. It was nothing. It wasn't a tackle or anything. Oscar's big arse at the time. And I toe poked the ball out and he just lost his balance. And he ended up like sitting on the inside of my knee and it just snapped. Bent the wrong way and snapped. And that was me. Kind of after that, they said I was going to need surgery, kind of need operations. I snapped ligaments, kind of done the inside one and the outside one. I couldn't tell you about that. But seeing physio after physio after physio, I just wanted one physio to say, didn't listen to him.
Aye.
I even tried Reiki. Have you ever heard of that?
I have.
So there was a teacher at, I couldn't even tell you his name. There was a teacher at Elgin Academy or Lossie Academy, and somebody said, I just remember somebody saying, I got Reiki on my back and it worked. And I was like, what's that? And I was like, it's like a spiritual thing. Here, I'll try it. I'll try it. So I went up and I mind lying there and he's not even touching me, Ken. I mind going to physios and they're bending you and in pain. And he never touched me, Ken, and all this stuff. But I don't know, but I even tried that. And but I always say, Tarts had a gym in his house,
Aye.
like in his basement, Betty. And Paula Tartars, again, sadly, no longer with us, but the hours she spent with me, again, hours after hours, again, like Abdias would be training, and I went to her house four nights a week, and built the muscle on my knee. I went from nae being able to do that, nae being able to bend it with a weight on, with an ankle weight, to pushing weights up, again, with Paula. And I'm incredibly grateful for the time she spent on me. I mean, she didn't have to. I was just one of Tarts' players. You know what I mean? Like, she had sons, Ken, she could have been spending the time with them, but lovely lady, and I couldn't thank her enough. If it wasn't for her, I would have probably waited, had to get the operations, but I built up the muscle, and then I went back playing, and
never looked back.
I never got an op.
Aye.
It does do some weird stuff sometimes, but it just seems to bounce back. You know what I mean? But aye, Paula, again, it was
Jesus, that's
lovely lady. But
aye,
yeah, I actually thought she had a soft spot for me for a one time. You know what I mean? She was asking to see me when she didn't have to see me. I was actually getting worried that something was going to happen between us. You know what I mean? But and Tats was never in the house when I was there either. So, but no, then Tats left. Tats left Lossie, and like we won the cup, kind of under Tats, and that was brilliant. Again, and I was wanted that feeling again. Again, and Ross McCarty knew we were going to win that cup. Again, and Ross was like, "We're going to win the cup. Don't worry. Sorted the night out. We're going to win." Ross knew we were going to win. I didn't. I thought, it's hard, this is going to be hard, but we won. We won the cup, and it was brilliant. Going back to the clubby, I wanted that feeling again.
Aye.
I never got it. It was...
Was that through the Mossop?
It was on Forest's pitch when we won it.
Aye.
It was against Rothus, Scotty Marson. Scotty Marson scored. I think Michi Green scored as well.
Okay.
And that's the last time
the one in
Ken. Hopefully you can get that feeling. Tarts left, and then players started leaving. Ken, Big Mo left, really important player. Ross McCarty and that were all at the end. Hulk had left. Ken, boys of cut started moving on. Michi Green. Ken, Michi Green left. And then you were just trying to fill gaps. Ken, I mind. Who would been the manager after Tarts? Jim Walker, maybe? No. Can't mind. But anyway, we're just filling gaps. I mind waking my brother up one Saturday morning, and going, he was blazing. You know what I mean? Waking him up, going, "Come on, you're playing for us today, away to Wick." And he's like, I'll get up. Bus leaves in half an hour. That's what you were doing. You know what I mean? Just to fill gaps.
Aye.
To try and put a squad on the pitch, and that's when it started to get a bit like, this is not what I signed up for. And then Jim Walker came in about, and I really liked Jim. I thought Jim was a good manager.
Heard that for a few folk.
Yeah. Jim was a bit like Cotter was, Stu Cameron, when he came in with Charlie. Technical formations, which we hadn't had. Tats wouldn't mind me saying that. We didn't get that with Tats.
Yep.
We were hard to beat.
Fit.
We were fit. We could finish a game under Tats the way we started it.
Yeah.
90 minutes. Didn't break sweat. That's not even exaggerating. We were really fit. Jim came in and it all got a bit tactical. What you doing running away out there? Where I was chasing every bar.
Yep.
Get in here. Save your energy. And comes for that side, put it out the other side. Which we never really got, but I do think Jim just didn't have the players when he took the job.
I mean,
Which was just a shame. But Jim was nuts. Ken Jim was nuts. We went away to Nairn, and he's from Nairn.
Aye.
So he wanted to win the game away to Nairn. We were getting hammered. Half time. The door was open. And you dare laugh in the changing room with Jim. Came in, don't break a smile. Ken. And if you were getting beat. But Jim was in, and somebody walked in and he booted the door to shut it. And his foot went through it. Ken, so his foot was sticking the outside, kind of the corridor bit. But all the players were still coming in. So Jim was standing with his foot through this door. And boys were coming in, and Jim was trying to go mental. But his leg was just going back and forth outside. And he was trying to get his leg from outside back through the door. And then he finally managed to get his foot out the door, and he slammed it shut. And he just started going mental. And then the committee member came in and says, "Who put the hole in the door?" And Jim nearly put him through the door for coming in and interrupting his team talk. But Jim came in, and then they sacked Jim because Tommy Madden came on the scene.
Aye.
And Tommy Madden was like, when it was all Aberdeen boys, I think Tommy brought a lot of that Aberdeen boys to Lossie. Came through his contacts and a very successful Lossie team.
Yep.
Again. And so when Tommy came on the scene, I think they thought, oh, it's going to happen again. Again, but it didn't. You went through a few managers, and Tommy was alright. Came at me, he was a good manager. Brought Minnie in. Again, but again, it was hard to get players to come to Lossie because we weren't a great. We weren't a great.
They offering big wages or anything like that as well, you know.
£18.
Aye.
I was on £18 at Lossie for years, as long as I can remember. And then didn't I take wages at Lossie at one point because there was hardly anybody there. Again, you had your die-hard fans, but our team bus was our 16, our committee, and our fans.
Aye.
Again, Dougie Malcolm, your Shakers, and all these boys. Bogle at the time, Ken.
Yep.
Bogle's Markers and Sally Lorna, Martin Tosh, Ken. They were Kath, Keith, Ken. They were all every game. They went to every game, home and away, and that was it felt like Ken, the one with you, the loss with you, the drunk with you, Ken, and the song with you on the bus, Ken. We're shouting, we know we are. You know what I mean? It was, Ken. It was good. I really enjoyed my time at Lossie. And Charlie came in, and that's when I started to feel a change again. And Charlie probably came in at the right time for me because I started to get offers then, Ken, for other clubs, and I was thinking, right, do I just jump ship? You know what I mean?
I was like, so it was sniffing about.
So Keith had tried a couple of times. Ken, Keith had tried a couple of times. Forrest had tried a couple of times. I think Bogle was there.
Aye.
He had tried. I actually signed for Forrest, Ken, and a lot of folk came this, but I was away in my stag do in Blackpool, and I was blazing. And my mobile rang. I can't even remember this conversation. But it was Bogle, and he was like, "Fancy signing for Forrest?" And I was like, "Aye, it's blazing." I was like, "Aye, no bother." He was like, "Aye, sure." Bogle tells me this. I can't remember it. But I saved his name on my phone, and then he says to me, "I'd caught you at the wrong time. You were actually dressed as a woman," and I was. Minnie and I was with my star stew, dressed me up as a wifey. So I was. My phone rang on the Tuesday or whatever, and it came up my phone, Bogle Forrest. Didn't even kind of had his number on my phone. So I answered, "Oh," he says, "Aye, Martin, it's," he says, "still up for meeting up?" I was like, "Eh?" And he goes, "I didn't think you remember the conversation." He says, "I spoke to you on Saturday night. You told me you'd sign for Forrest." I goes, nah, sorry. I says, "I'm staying where I am." And I actually said I'd go to Forrest, but I couldn't remember it. So, but then Charlie obviously came in, and you could see the change.
Aye.
Again, really nice guy. Came to, he was Dean, Kane, and he was trying. Charlie had that rough connection. So by fuck did we hate players? Like, you would turn up and like, who's this? You know what I mean?
Aye.
Still boys now say hello to me and I couldn't tell you who they were. And Corin will go to me, what's that? And I just go, one of Charlie's boys. It's got to be. Boy, Charlie went through loads of players, but then we got a squad that was good.
Aye.
Again, that squad that Charlie built, Fletty and RM, and again, there was loads of us. We should have won something. Again, we should have won it. We're never going to win the league. Again, we'd be kidding ourselves if we were going to win a league, but a cup. Again,
something at least.
we should have won a cup, and then especially with him and Cotter, because they worked so well together.
Aye.
Again, they were really, really good. Charlie was brilliant though. Again, I think it was Kev Stew said you would run through a brick wall for Charlie, and you would have.
Aye.
And then same with go back. Again, same with Tiger. Again, it was that way. You just wanted to do well for them. Again, that's what I really liked Charlie. Again, and Cotter as well.
What was your first impressions of the Archibalds and Coco coming in?
So they were young, so like it was Roscoe we had first. Roscoe, angry little man.
Aye.
Angry little man. I've probably had more arguments with Roscoe than anybody else. And he was in my team.
Aye.
And like, even when he done something good, he was angry. But I liked that, and so did Minnie. Because we liked somebody intense, somebody in the game all the time. And Roscoe, see if it wasn't for Charlie and Biscuits, Roscoe would have got in my 11.
Aye.
And like a lot of folk probably seen me and Roscoe and thought they don't like each other. But it was far from it. Really liked him. Still do.
Yeah.
And even the other night, he misses that chance and you see him punching the ground.
Aye.
And I think I was the first to say, Roscoe, don't worry about it, I'll come. And I thought, this brings back memories. Must have said that about 20 times a game, you know what I mean? But, and then Coco obviously was touched on. Rapid.
Yep.
Made me look good,
Aye.
A bad pass down the line, Coco would get on the end and it made it look like I had timed it right, but it wasn't. I was just trying to get rid of it, But I mind when Roscoe said, my brother's, Johnny Archibald was my boss at Yule's.
Okay. So
I mind he pulled me in, and he was a bit like Roscoe. Bit nuts, a bit angry, but he was my boss. But I mind him pull him into his office and he goes, I think Liam's coming down. I just mind thinking, oh no. There's nae another, we can't have another Roscoe. Nae another Roscoe. And I heard they were twins. I kind of were twins, but I thought, fuck, could only have one Roscoe. But Liam was totally different. You couldn't get two different boys of each other.
Oh, it's unreal.
Liam was calm, and good. Liam's still playing.
Aye.
Same as he did when he came. He's calm on the ball, nice pass of the ball, laid back. And they were good. I mind, I was suspended. So as punishment for being suspended, Charlie said to me, right, since you were stupid enough to get suspended, I think I got sent off. So there was 1 match ban. He says, since you were sent off, he says, you can go and watch Roscoe and Liam. Roscoe and Coco. They're playing for Lossie United today. I was like, right, no bother. So I went, I think I watched them for 5 minutes. Came back and Charlie was like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be over there watching them. I was like, seen enough. Roscoe's chipped a goalie after about 5 minutes and Coco's put another in. About 5 passes into the box. I says, they'll be all right. I don't know why they're over the road. Just get them back here.
Aye.
But really good.
Yeah.
3 young lads, heads screwed on right and all. No way they were going to do that path.
No.
Okay, what I mean?
No.
Nice families. It's really nice lads.
Absolutely.
Good young lads to have in your team.
Well, it was the 4 of them for a wee while because, well, obviously I never ended up at Lossie, but it was Soapy. That was
Soapy,
the 4 friend group, like. You know.
Soapy was obviously the one.
Aye.
You know what I mean? See him new.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, my training finishes and sometimes watch training. And Soapy could play.
The Rolls Royce.
Aye.
Absolutely.
But Stevie Ellis, Ken,
Mhm.
nothing looks easy.
Yeah.
Ken, everything looks easy. He never looks like it's. Now he probably doesn't look like he needs a shower. You know what I mean?
Aye,
Just
exactly.
just makes the game easy,
Yeah.
which I could never do. You know, I
Had to be 100 mile an hour.
100 mile an hour all over the place. Ken. But aye. But I was offshore. Ken, I went offshore for a while, so that kind of interfered with my fit back in because I was coming home and you were 3 weeks off, 3 weeks on, and I was always lucky in a way because every time I come home, somebody was suspended or somebody was injured. So I was
Got in.
played. I always got a game. I always come home and think, oh, fuck, could be out this week. And you're only 3 weeks home and you were trying to get back in the team for 2 of them, then
Aye.
it wouldn't have been worth doing, but it never happened that way. It was funny, but I always seemed to get back in the team.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was offshore, you know, I used to get the odd booking now and again. So after so many bookings, you got a suspension. So I mind Charlie pulling my aside when I started going offshore, and he's like, "You need to get booked today." Yeah, if you get booked today, you'll be going offshore for 3 weeks. So you have a too much ban when you're away. So I was like, right. So then this became like I'd come home for my 3 weeks and Charlie would be like, right, Tino, come in here, we'll check what points you're on. Do you need booked? And I remember when I waited Bucky, and it was like my last game before I was going offshore. And another thing about that game, boys used to try anything to get me booked, can get me sent off, wind me up. And I never really got wound up.
Aye.
If you done something, punched me or booted me off the ball or something, it'd wind me up, it'd wind anybody up. But like Martin Charlesworth, again, one of them annoying, you know what I mean? He would be walking out and the ref, I'd be standing next to him, and be walking out and he'd go, "Aye, ref." And the ref, "Aye," and he goes, "Look, folk have paid good money to come and see a football match today. You'd be as well booking him now. He's just here to hurt folk. He's not wanting a football match. Again, you're going to keep an eye on him a day." And all that was going through my head was, "You're the first thing I'm going to hit." Like stuff like that. He would annoy me with just words. But he'd never come near you. He would always be a wah. And me and Flight would be like, "Hit him. Flight, if you get a chance, hit him." It'd just annoy me. But I mind we went away to Bucky that game. And I tried everything. Morag.
No.
The wifey referee.
Oh, right,
woman
aye,
referee.
yeah, aye.
So I think Morag was the first women referee to do the Highland League at the time. And I needed to get booked. And oh my God, would Morag book me? Tried on. I think I called or something, which I never done because I found that like a waste of a booking. I hated dissent. I'd hit somebody or pull somebody back if they're running through, something like that. Getting booked for dissent, but we used to fine folk for it. You know what I mean? I tried in that game to get booked. And Morag, I used to do this thing before the game. I used to speak to the refs, like, "What you doing? You tonight?" And try to get them on my side a wee bit because I knew
Aye.
they would maybe let you off with 1 or 2. So I would speak to Morag again, and then, oh my God, she just wouldn't have booked me. And I'm looking over at Charlie and he's going, "Dino, you need to get booked." There's about 5 minutes left and I mind going to Morag, "I'm going offshore, I need booked." If I get booked, Morag, my ban, and I told her my plan and she went, "All right," and she booked me. She booked me for something stupid. Fucking hell. Oh God. But I mind, me and Flighty were quite bad again. We would go in with tackles and jumping jumping.
How many times do you reckon you were sent off in your Lossie career?
Oh, at the beginning,
Aye.
maybe maybe 5 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to wind it in a wee bit again. It was, so I blame Ross McCarty.
Aye.
And I do. Ken Ross McCarty putting that seed in my head that I needed to make a name for myself. Ken, that was the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean? But a few. But then once I started to get the bookings, you didn't want to miss a game, so
Aye.
you'd kind of wind it in a wee bit, and you would get a booking, and then you wouldn't go in for that stupid second challenge, Ken.
Yeah.
Get booked, but I mind Charlie pulling. We went away to Cove. I think Fletty told us in. Went away to Cove and Martin Johnson got injured.
Aye.
We'd never beaten Cove away. It was that wee pitch.
Yep.
Tiny wee pitch. Fletty went up for a header with Martin Johnson. Boom. And you just seen the blood. And Martin Johnson went off. And me and Fletty were the happiest folk in that ground. Not that he'd been hurt, but if he wasn't on the pitch, we had a chance.
Aye.
He was brilliant.
Yeah,
Much
great player.
brilliant. It's probably one of the best players in the Highland League.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie came in that game, before that game, right? And he gave me and Fletty a bollocking about our discipline. So he was like, and you two, your discipline needs to be better. You're not used to me sitting in the stand, Ken. And he had it all written down. You've had so many bookings and so many games, and you're just as bad, Fletty, and me and Fletty were getting it, Ken. And then we went up, and I think we were winning 2-1 or something at the time. So Charlie just gave this big speech about discipline, and the ball goes out of play, and it rolls into our dugout, and Charlie gets fit in the ball in the dugout, trying to hold it so that Cove couldn't get the ball. They were going for to get an equaliser. So Charlie's holding it, and the player ends up pushing Charlie. One of the Cove players pushes Charlie out the road, and Charlie boots him and gets sent off. So we go into the changing room after it, and me and Fletty can't wait. So we're all quiet and we're all celebrating because we beat Cove away. And Charlie was like, "Well done, lads, well done." And I think it was me or Fletty turning and goes, "What about your discipline chat before the game?" And then I think Charlie ended up getting a 7-match ban or something after that, and we never let him forget about it. You know, we used to say, you've got more suspension than me and Fletty put together.
That's quality.
Brilliant. You had like Fletty, Ken, and Marv, Ken, mind Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
So Ken Big Marv, the band, that's what we used to call Fletty. I think it was Middy says to him, "Shut up, Marv."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you look like Marv for Home Alone, and that was it. He hated it. Okay? So we used to call him Marv all the time. Before any game where you would be like, you would knew you needed to bat for it, just call him Marv, okay, and he got angry. He went out and some poor boy got it. Okay, I mean? Kev Stew and Kev Stew, his podcast, I listened to his podcast, and you had Fletty, you had the angry Kev, and then you had the teacher Kev. You know what I mean? You're the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Okay. He tackled somebody and then picked him up and apologised. You know what I mean?
It's a difference.
And you're like, come on, Kev. You know what I mean? Just be angry for at least one game. You know what I mean? And Kev Stew, a really nice guy. Couldn't meet 2 different Kevs if you tried.
It's unreal.
But,
It's unreal.
That was the thing. That was Lossie. And 1 minute you'd be beating Cove away, and next minute you'd be getting beat for Fort William.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Aye.
You just didn't ken.
You're all in the same boat though, Ken. And that's probably what made it so enjoyable.
Yeah, it did, and nobody was there for money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were there for money, you were skint. You know what I mean? Because it was the money. We used to get the £18 and then go and spend 90 in the pub.
Aye.
You know what I mean? It was, you were there the whole night. The only time you left was to get up to Joanna's for 12:30. You know what I mean? It was brilliant. Loved the time at Lossie.
It's absolutely quality.
Good.
I'm just going to do a bit for folk listening, and also do our sponsor post. If you're enjoying listening to us, give us a wee follow on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon if you want. But we've also got 2 sponsors. We've got Planwell Roofing Supplies. Did I say that right, Ryan? It's Planwell Roofing Supplies, season ticket holder, and as of this episode, yeah, it'll be this episode. No, well, you'll have seen it on the socials before. We now have Pinefield Glass on board. And there'll be a third one to come in the next week or so. We're just in a discussion about that. Give them a check out on Facebook. Local businesses. We've decided to do a bit different this year and just go a bit more local, because you're probably going to find a more local podcast when it's to do with Fitba round about. There's a few Highland League podcasts, but we're I'm not saying we're limited to Elgin and Lossie, but it's the area I grew up in, Ken, and it's boys I ken, so why not just keep it as local as we can. Give us a wee rating on Spotify, Apple as well, or just give us a wee message if you're enjoying the podcast. I've actually got to give you'll ken exactly who I'm on about. Cooper Mortimer came up to me last week and he's like, "Oh, it's a podcast guy," and I turned around and shot myself. And I'm like, he's like, "Oh, listen, I'll sit and watch it with my dad." So shout out Cooper and shout out Gordy. It's good, but just didn't ask, as I said before, didn't ask me for any photos. It's fucking embarrassing. Like, I didn't like that. If some random boy somewhere got a photo of me and him, and I'm in my postie uniform. There's no reference to the podcast, whatever. So he's just got a photo of a random postie, like. So, he didn't ask me for photos. Right, here's an interesting one. Best goal, Martin.
Best goal. Oh, there was not many. No, one that sticks out in my head was Shawnee Noble. Still goes on about it, and a drink always comes up. But scored a goal at Lossie Shed End, as we used to call it. I always used to pick a Shed End again.
Aye,
Hit Shed End second half. I always used to say it. So it was in the cup, and it was against Forest. I think we were getting beat. It was equalising goal anyway, and it was near the end of the game, and it was a corner to us. Ball got swinging, it got cleared out, and for some reason I wasn't in the box, and all I can think is I maybe got cramp or something like that, because I was normally be in the box for the corners, for the headers, but I was at the halfway line, and Shawnee Noble was beside me. And the ball came out, and it was just bouncing. Honestly, I was must have been halfway between the 18-yard box and the halfway line. I just ran on and I caught as sweet as you like. And I was running up to it though, and because I always remember this goal, Shawnee Noble was shouting, "No!" because he knew I was going to hit it. He wanted me to put him down the line for a ball into the box.
Aye.
And I caught it, and it right in the top corner.
Aye.
It was
one of them ones, as soon as you connect, you can it's in.
As soon as I hit it, I thought, this is in. And Dougie Malcolm, actually, when I told him I was coming on here, and he says, "Oh, what's the question, Skin?" And I says, "Oh, one was the best goal." And he was like, and a bit cheeky, Dougie goes, "Well, you never scored many." But he says, Dougie goes, "It's got to be the one at Lossie against Forest."
Aye.
And then we went into extra time and pens, and that was the year we won the cup.
Aye.
I think that was the semi-final, and we put Forest out, and then we went and
Rothfuss in the final.
Rothfuss in final and won it. So that goal,
mental.
So that was my best thing.
What about your Friday goals up there? I think, see, considering your name playing Highland League anymore, it's a top quality finish.
It was a good finish. It was a good finish. I've not let MD forget it yet.
Aye.
I'm still.
It's a Bairns commentary as well. What a hit! What a hit!
It's actually the Fletty's Lossie players.
Is it?
It's I'm pretty sure it's one of his team's players. So it was good. It's actually quite good commentary. He's maybe got
a future career.
I see him on Match of the Day or something.
So I'm just going to go through a few, but you give me the toughest opponent, obviously. Who's the hardest player you came up against in your career?
Gary Clark.
Gary.
Aye. Ken, it just, as I said before, I knew he was going to hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, and
he'd planted that in there already.
Like he did. And there was there was a game, which actually when I was at Forest, Gary must have been it. I'm going to say Clark. No, Cove maybe, or Fort Martin. One of them. I think it was maybe Fort Martin actually. I was playing at Forest and it was a corner. Ball get headed out. And I was running out the box and Gary Clark was running on. And I thought, oh no.
Aye.
Oh no. Okay, and it was one of them, the ball was coming out the sky and it was the end of the game. And the two of us, I'm pretty sure I just shut my eyes and I went in high. So did he. And we ended up like his leg was through the middle of my legs. My leg was through the middle of his legs. And we ended up banging chests together. And we were there.
Jesus.
And we pushed each other away. And the final whistle went. And God, if I was playing against him, I never really thought about anybody else. Again, Whitey, I knew what I was getting.
Aye.
Never really worried about anybody else. Spider at Bucky maybe. Again, and you knew you were in for a tough game against him, but Gary Clark, that night in your bed, you're thinking, I'm going to get hurt tomorrow.
Aye.
But no, you would I never shied away from the game or anything like that, but I knew he played a bit like me and you knew he was going to tackle you. Again.
Aye. And it was going to hurt every
It was
time.
going to hurt.
Aye.
Okay, I think I've still got stud marks. I actually played against him in a final not long ago for FC Thistle. We got to I think it was some Aberdeen final or something like that. Played him at Lossie. And but it was nothing like where it used to be, Ken. But it was so Gary Clark, I would say.
Forest. So one of the questions I'm going to ask you about Forest, because obviously you moved to Forest, played for them for a while. What was it like playing against Rangers?
Brilliant.
Aye.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, obviously I'm a Celtic fan. You know what I mean? And
did that bring you up a level for that game?
Yeah. I didn't think I would have played. Ken, it was I think we touch on Forest, do we? Moved to Forest, aye. So Rangers game, brilliant. You know what I mean? The lead up to it. We were going to training and like the newspapers would be there and they had like boiler shoots and I think it was me, maybe Simon Allen, Grapies or something, and it was the Scottish Cup bit, kind of pool out in the sun, I think it was, and we were dressed as mechanics, came with big massive like spanners and stuff, and but just the build up to the game, Ken, it was just brilliant. And then the McCoist was manager, Ken, and McCoist's probably the only Rangers man that I like, to be honest. Ken, he's if I was liked him, can question a sport.
Yeah,
Ken,
same here.
Stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I would say, McCoist, I wish you were a Celtic man, you know what I mean? Or I'd like even more. You'll always say that. Bit of Rangers in him. But that game was brilliant. And I didn't think I would play, but I did. So magic. I played anywhere to play in that game. And we were unlucky. Okay, we had Kyle Scott. What a player. Went up for that header. Headered it down. I can't remember the goalie for Rangers at the time. I can't remember him. But he went the wrong way. He dived the wrong way and I think he saved it with his foot and put it over the bar. And that would have got us a replay. And I think we should have had a penalty and all. We went through. I can't mind who it was that went through, but I'm sure it was a pen. Should have had a pen.
Nothing's changed then.
No. What's his name? Big Nath gets sent off, Ken. Nath gets sent off. But even then, Nathan gets sent off and they changed formation and put an extra man at the back because we were bombarding them, Ken. And we played really well. But that game was brilliant. I'll never come back, Ken. It was phenomenal. Magic to be part of.
Yeah.
But the Forest move.
A squad of winners, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I went after they had just won the league. It was Neely White's last season. And I'd spoke to Fort Martin. I'd spoke to a few clubs because I was out of contract with Lossie.
Did you ken you were going to move
Aye.
last summer?
Aye. I was wanting a change. Ken, I wanted to try something different. Ken, I'd been at Lossie for 10, 11 years, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I just thought, right, I'm going to try something different. And Whitey was leaving for us. So it was Whitey's last season. And I spoke to Fort Martin. Pelly was manager at the time. And I spoke to a couple of other clubs. And I just thought, nah. Again, Fort Martin was offering the most money. Again, but I'd never played for money.
No.
Again, and Forrest, I was waiting on a call. I was getting phone calls for like Grapeys and boys like that saying, when you coming to us? The phone call never came, and then Riley phoned. And I need to watch what I say because I didn't want us to come across it. It'll come across wrong. But it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Aye.
Ken, and a lot of folks say grass now is greener. Ken, it wasn't that I was going for someone else. I was going for a change. But it just wasn't. It didn't suit me.
Aye, give me a shame.
I went there, I met Riley twice, and it was always Ken, straight swap, nearly white out, Martin McMullan in. Ken, box to box. I'm not saying I would have done a good a job as Whitey.
Yeah.
Ken, Whitey was a great player for Forrest, but it was like for like. Ken, knew that we were getting, but I never played centre mid once. First game at Forrest, Riley pulled my side. The players we've got today, can you play right back? I was like, aye, no bother. Played.
Yep.
Next game, right back. Next game, right midfield. Never played, not once. And Chucky was always a boy that I thought, like to play against Chucky. Play alongside Chucky.
Yep.
I never played alongside Chucky till I went to FC Stittle.
Aye.
Okay. And it didn't. If I knew I wouldn't have played centre midfield, I wouldn't have signed.
Aye.
Even if I knew they were going to play Rangers, I wouldn't have signed. Again, that was kind of my last season, and I didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it at the Highland League my last season. Nothing to do with the players or even Riley or that. You know what I mean? Riley played my right midfield because of the players he had at the time available.
Yeah.
And I think he had a few injuries in that. I was out right midfield. Graham was behind me, so Graham would bomb on. It just didn't work. And it was hard enough going into that changing room because there was boys in there didn't like me. Ken, and they had reason not to like me. Ken, I didn't like them for 10 years.
Aye, that's what happens.
Like Nathan Sharp and me hated nearly every game we played. Simon Allen hates me, still hates me. You know what I mean? Scotty Moore actually put in the chat, the FC Thistle chat, a couple of weeks ago, of saying I was coming on here, and he put, I'll be honest with you, I thought you were a right knob until you came to fucking Forrest, you know what I mean? But then he did say, and I said, you still are, you know what I mean? But but they all came, and so it was hard enough going in there as it was.
Aye.
Without playing out of position.
Get me, you're saying, aye.
Do you know what I mean? And there's probably Forrest fans here thinking, you play for Forrest?
Aye.
You know what I mean? Because never showed nothing. In my eyes, I never showed nothing. And
you weren't getting a consistent run of games either?
Nah. Well, I was getting judged and playing
out of position.
Right midfield or right back. And actually, there was a game, and there's two stories, but there's one game where you go into Forrest changing. Have you ever been in it? Forrest changing.
Once.
So you go in, and then there's like the bit where they put all the boots and that.
Yep.
So Riley would go in there with Charlie Brown and I can't mind the other boy's name. it's going to annoy me. Oh, sorry, I forgot his name. But anyway, they pulled me in there, and it says, like, you're going to be playing right midfield. This is like, must have played 8 or 9 games or something like that. Wasn't like one of the first. It was, and I was like, why? Like, why? You've got better right midfielders on the bench than me. I wasn't trying to say I wasn't wanting to play.
Aye.
But I just thought if I was picking that team, I wouldn't have picked Martin McMullan to play right midfield. You know what I mean? There was a boy, Ryan, was on the bench.
Yeah.
He was better than me at right midfield.
Aye.
So to this day, I can't work out why he played my right midfield. I don't know if it's just because I don't know. But I never got my head around it. And then I knew at Christmas, kind of knew after the first half a season, Christmas time, that I wasn't going to.
Did you play right midfield against Rangers?
Yeah.
Aye.
McCulloch again.
Aye.
Well, I guess he could shift.
Aye.
I minded McCulloch was brilliant. And see what I minded about our game with Ross McCarty again, right? So Ross McCarty used to call me Spag, right, for spaghetti legs.
Okay.
Just called me it for years. Spag ball, okay, that's what he used to call me. And I mind I tackled McCulloch over right next to the corner flag, and it was packed. Again, the crowd was amazing. And I mind the refs was speaking to me, and McCulloch grabbed me. And it was quite quiet, because we were right next to the fans, and the ref booked me. And Ross McCarty, I just heard his voice, and he just starts shouting, "Spag ball is a wanker, spag ball is a wanker." And before I knew, the Hale side was all singing "Spag ball is a wanker." And I looked at Ross. Ross is standing there with his Rangers top on, gave me the figure skin. And I always remember that with Ross. But,
Fucking brilliant.
But I just didn't settle. Again, but nothing to do with the players. Again, it just didn't work out for me. Out of position. If I played centre midfield, would it have been different? Would I have stayed?
Maybe.
I just don't know. But I'm good pals with a lot of them now. Which you would have never have thought, well, playing a team, FC Thistle would follow all of them.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They maybe still don't like me. They maybe just struggling for numbers.
I suppose it's a good foray on it. FC Thistle.
Aye.
He's have pretty much dominated the leagues for the last couple of seasons.
I think it'll be different this year though.
Think so?
Aye. Kind of Habdy's a year older. Kane. And
who do you say's best player at Thistle?
Oh, they're going to hate me for saying this.
Didi.
Didi's really, really good.
Aye.
Really good. Like, he's rapid. Like, I said to Coco, Charlesworth, I said, "Coco, I thought you were fast." TD is.
He's unbelievable.
Brilliant. See anything with Didi, he could do that at any level.
Aye.
Because all he's really doing is getting the ball, knocking it past you,
and just
running on and putting it in the box.
Aye.
Every
time.
He's so quick. But a boy that surprised me when I went to Forest and FC Thistle was Scotty Moore.
Aye.
I always knew he was a good player.
Yeah.
But when I went to Forest, he's got like a mean streak about him. You know what I mean? But I never, obviously when you play with him.
You see that on the socials now.
He needs to stay off of there. He's going to get us banned. But he keeps saying that somebody's taking his phone, and doing it. But Scotty Moore surprised me. Again, when I was at Forest, I thought, yeah, you can play. You know what I mean? He's a really good player. Scotty Moore, he surprised me. But Didi and Moore.
Aye.
But Barry, again, who are the managers I've had? Barry's the most successful.
It's crazy, yeah.
He's won, what has he won, 12 trophies in 2 seasons or
That's
something?
mental, like.
But, we didn't train.
Aye. That's a crazy thing,
We
like.
didn't train and turning up 10 minutes before a game and going on the pitch and doing what they're doing, but there's a lot of good players in that team.
if anyone's listening, never pull out a game against Thistle. You'll regret it for the rest of your
You
fucking
get
lives.
slated on the socials. Scotty Moore.
We're just taking another small break in the episode to give a shout out to another one of the sponsors of the Football Journals. If you're looking for a reliable professional electrical work in the north of Scotland, then you need to check out KFZM Electrical Contractors. Established in 2014 and based in Lossiemouth, KFZM bring years of experience across domestic, industrial and commercial projects. Whether you are building from the ground up or upgrading what you've already got, they've got you covered. From full new build wiring to renovation projects, inspection and testing and pat testing, KFZM delivers safe, high quality work you can trust. They also specialise in lighting design to help you get the perfect look and feel for your space, as well as heating controls to keep your home and business running efficiently. And no job is too small either. They're always happy to take on those smaller works that still need done right. If you're looking for a dependable local contractor, get in touch with the team at KFZM today, with their email being kfzmlimited@gmail.com, or you can call them on one of these two phone numbers, 078 78 730 437 or 07525 003 297. KFZM Electrical Contractors are proud sponsors of the Football Journals podcast, and we're proud to have them on board for the year, supporting us and continuing to bring you these podcast episodes on a bi-weekly basis. We can't thank you enough for the support, and without further ado, we'll continue into today's episode.
Right. Here's a golden question for you, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to stop playing football?
Oh, God.
Competitive football.
Competitive. God.
Is it going to be a case of the health taking you, or are you going to make that decision yourself?
Is walking football competitive?
Can be, aye.
Probably. When
You can play for Scotland for walking football. Like.
Probably walking football then. I don't know. I'll go until I canna.
Mm-hmm.
Once my phone stops,
Aye.
once folks stop phoning, that's when you probably think,
Aye, that's
past
it.
it now.
That's it. Well, we had Ryan Green at Bish last season. I think Ryan's 49. He was fucking best player in the park.
Some boy Greener.
He scored on Friday as well, did he?
Somebody elbowed me a beauty on Friday.
Did he?
Caught my beauty. Came up when you're raging.
Aye.
And I was like, mouthing off at him, Kane. And he's a bit like Kev Stew. Kind of nice guy.
Aye, really nice guy.
And he apologised. And I thought, nah, didn't apologise because I'm trying to get you back. You know what I mean? But, aye, Greeners. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he got a hat-trick for us last season. It was left foot, right foot, head. And it's like, you're almost 50, man. It's unbelievable. Like,
some size and all.
Aye.
It's another thing about Forrest, Ken. When you used to play against them.
Giants.
Massive.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, you were like, standing for corners, Ken, and you're looking and you've got Kyle, Nath, Greener. It's 20s.
Aye.
Ken, you're like, I'll pick up.
The Twins, it's a completely different. Them two are a completely different kettle of fish to Ross and Liam.
Aye.
It's
they were brilliant.
they're just solid.
Brilliant.
Absolutely solid.
Brilliant. And obviously, Lee was injured when I went. He'd done his knee. Did he need his knee the year before I went? I think it was the year they won the league, wasn't it?
Aye.
So Lee was out the season. I was there with his knee, but Graham was.
Aye, just as good. Like
I've not ducked out of any, shied out of any tackles that I can remember. Maybe a couple with Gary Clark, maybe. But honestly, I think I've seen Graham going into some tackles at Forest, and I think, holy shit!
Aye.
Jesus.
Aye.
Who are Loonskin?
Yeah. Well, they were on the same age bracket as the Archibalds and all that, you know. And I think they're maybe a year younger. And I mind the story of one of them gets scouted for Newcastle, and Mum turned and says, "No, if you don't want one, you're taking both of them." Like, and
I never, if I was heard that story, I don't know if it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I've never asked him either.
Aye,
again, it's too big to ask in case they take a half. But no, I've heard that story, and I just don't know if it's true.
Best and worst moment of your career?
The worst was my knee.
Aye.
Again, when you think you're finished, and that's of Love playing football. Do you know what I mean? And that was worst. Dean my knee.
Aye.
Best, probably winning that cup. Okay, stepping up to Highland League and winning that cup. That's the end of the day. That's what it's about.
Did you see, because you won it quite early when you went in the Highland League, do you think it was going to be like that for the rest of your career?
Did. I honestly thought, that's a piece of piss.
Aye.
Okay, now, and then, as I say, I was chasing it again.
And
I was waiting for the right manager to come in, kind of
make that
waiting
happen.
for the turn.
Yep.
Waiting for. I was mind thinking, when's it going to get good again? You know what I mean? And then when Charlie came in, it did.
Aye.
And it started to turn. It's gutted for Charlie and Cotter and all. Just gutted we never got that. Never got that cup. Okay? That would have been good.
Did he try and sign you for Vale?
He did.
Aye.
Oh. And see when he told us right? He told us after, I think we'd just beat Bucky away, which didn't happen very often. I scored that game. Mini assist. Mini cleared it, and I just ran on, and defender jumped up, and it just came off the top of his head, and I ran on, scored. And Charlie told us after that he was leaving. So we went from a high to an all-time low, you know what I mean? And then Charlie was like, you come with me, going to Vale. And I didn't go. I think why I never went. I just, I think it had the time, or I just didn't go. And then I think Minnie went with him.
He did, aye.
Minnie went with him, but Charlie then went back to Lossie. So, and then he tried to get me to go again, back to Lossie with him, and he was phoning me, and I said, nah, Charlie, it's not for me now. I'm done with that. I'm not good anymore, and blah, blah, blah. Then the door goes one night, chap at the door, and I'm thinking, what's that? It opens the door. So I've been offered all this money for all these Highland League clubs all through. Okay? Charlie turns up to sign me for Lossie with a plant in his hand and 4 tins of tenants.
A plant?
Plant. I opened the door and I goes to him, fuck are you doing? And he goes, you signed for Lossie? And I goes, for a plant? And he goes, the plant's not for you, it's for Cormac. They're for you. And I goes, for 4 tins of tenants? And he goes, I forgot my wallet or something daft like that. You know, I couldn't afford a whole crate. So I was like, Jesus, if I've had managers try to sign me, but I've never been offered a plant and 4 tins of tenants.
You know.
I ended up, I think I played a couple of games for him or something. Okay, but I think where was I then? I must have been at Dufton or something like that. But then I actually did I play a game for Charlie at Vale? I can't mind. I played 2 games for Vale.
Was that officially signed?
So I had to sign.
Aye.
So I can't remember the manager's name now, he died. Oh God. Shit with names, honestly. But anyway, Martin Charles, we worked together. Martin was in the office at Yo's and I was in the factory. And Martin said to me, fancy playing for Vale tonight? And I said, nah, no way. He's like, come on. He says, you'll be on the bench, Ken. I was like, nah. And he asked me all day. And I was like, once he'd planted the seed, I thought, maybe he could. So I was playing at Dufton at the time. So Martin says, I'll come through, Ken. I says, right, but I just left Forest. I'd said, I'm leaving the Highland League. I'm going to the juniors. I says, dinner, tell them I'm not wanting a big spiel. Martin McMullan's playing for Vale or anything like that. Just put it down as a trialist. So Martin's, right, neighbour. So gets in the car. The manager picked us up. His name will come to me. Can't mind his name. But we're going through in the car and Martin's laughing. And he goes, so Martin, you be all right tonight, aye? I was, aye. Says, just obviously use me if you need. And he went, what do you mean? I went, I'm on the bench, ain't I? He went, no. Says, you're starting centre midfield. I was like, fucking bastard. Charles was sitting in the front pissing himself off. Okay. So, game heads on then. Okay.
Aye.
And it's funny because Coco was played for Vale at the time. And it was, Coco didn't kind of was even going. So Coco comes into the changing room and I'm sitting there. And Coco's going round saying, hi to Abdi. And he goes, all right, Tino. And he goes on to the next person. And then he sits down and he goes, Tino, what are you doing here? He was like, I didn't even ken you were coming. So I says, aye, we're keeping it hush hush. So he goes out and started off game pretty well. Kind of just been playing Dufton at the time.
Aye.
And it's all right. Started off and then corner comes in and they've all had their corner set pieces. So I was like, I'll just bide out. And I'll just bide out the corner. And again, ball gets headed out. And a bit like the Lossie goal against Forest. Just run on and hit this thing. Again, clean in, beauty. And Martin comes running up to me and goes, I can keep it quiet. Can you score a goal like that? I was like, all right. 5 minutes later, straight red.
Aye. Oh,
First
Christ.
So I never even kent half the boys' names at Vale. And I'd never been sent off at Vale before. I was over the other side and it was first half an hour. And I mind walking off. And I just thought, just get changed and go home. But it was the last man. I got the bar. Okay, I got the bar. He went to hit the shot and I toe poked it back to the keeper. And he booted the back of my heel and went flying. And the ref obviously thought I hit him. So I got a straight red. And it was a lonely place waiting for that. I mind I goes in and one of the boys was still getting treatment. He was doing, it was that quick. You know what I mean? I think it was 15 minutes, 20 minutes into the game. And I walked in and the boy went, is that half time already? I was, no, I've been sent off. And he was like, fuck, okay. So, but we ended up winning the game.
Aye.
And then I ended up, that was it.
I
played another game and I'm sure it was for Charlie.
Brilliant.
Played and we won that one and all. So 2 wins at Vale.
Fucking hell. Right, just before we kind of wrap up and get into your 11, Martin, a wee bit about your coaching.
Aye.
Well, I've come across you a couple of times, boys league, school football as well.
Yeah, so coaching all started, same as everybody else, the bairns, came at school. My bairn was my bairn, Jum's bairn. They're the same, like primary 1, primary 2, primary 3. So they didn't have a school team. And I was like, I'm going to go and take it. So Jum was like, aye, do it. So started that. It was brilliant. Came at me, enjoyed it.
Cracking.
Okay, totally different. Abdi was like, it's funny because Abdi goes, you're coaching bairns. Came at me. I was like, aye. So, but like, I've never swore in front of them or anything. You know what I mean? And then me and Jum took it a step further and went into Elgin. Started up at Elgin. Tiger was like, come down and take it. And him and Tats. So we ended up starting it up at Elgin. And Lossie done the same. Fletty done the same. Again, and they look back now. Kind of,
no, you
really
can't
enjoy it. Kind of, what a team I've got just now. Ken, me and Jum had a really good team. Ken, it was brilliant. And I've just went with them. But the age group split. And me and Jum were quite good together. I kind of enjoyed it with Jum. It was good crack and all.
Yeah.
And we were on the same wavelength. And just the ages split. So Jum went with his Danny up and Cooper, Booze, Loon and that.
Yeah.
And I stayed with my Aiden's age. So me and Jum got split up. And Danoon came in with me.
Aye.
So Danoon's Loon was a goalie. Cole, he's actually an outfield player and then ended up in goals. And he's at Carly as a goalie.
Yeah.
So it's now Gordy and Bobby. He went.
Aye, Bobby.
Aye. So, some boy. So is Gordy. You know what I mean? So, and Leighton is Gordy's Loon. Aiden's my Loon. Charlie's Bobby's. We've got a good team. We're taking them everywhere.
Yep.
Okay. I've had them down to Celtic. and played in their new training facility. Brilliant. Rangers twice. Maybe 3 times Rangers. But we've taken them at Edinburgh Cups, Glasgow Cups. We're away to, we've actually got a friendly against Newcastle away in April. So we're going to the Manchester Cup. We're going to the Manchester Cup, and on the way down, we're going to Newcastle for a night, and we're playing the Newcastle age group below us at Newcastle's training ground.
That's unreal. That's unreal.
Like, we're hoping. Well, I'm hoping like one of them are sitting doing what I'm doing just now and looking back, going, "I mind when we were young." Like I've done with Tiger, Ian Moe, Austin. Look back and think, we got galas. You know what I mean?
Aye.
We got galas. They didn't know how lucky they are yet, and we never either. But aye, brilliant. Enjoy it. Quality. It's good crack.
Aye.
And see when you've got like a stressful job and it. See when you go with that Bairns, like that Bairns ripped the piss out of me.
Oh, I say I've experienced that. I've been involved with a few teams and I've never had rippings like I get for them lot.
Aye.
And you can't answer them back. You've got nothing to say.
We've got a hang now because they're all on Xbox together.
Aye.
So I'll go into my Bairns room and they're like, "Oh shit, all right lads," and they're all like, "All right, Baldy." So then I'll see who's on the call, and then I turn up to training on Tuesday, and I'm like, "Right, in you come," and then I'll be like, "Right, you, and you, fence," and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't say it, Ken." So now I go into the room, and then I'm like, "All right, lads," and they're like, "Hello," okay, they wouldn't say nothing, and then I'll stand outside the door, and they're like, "Is Baldy away?" And I'm like, "Nope, that's you go to the fence, Ken." So, good lunch of lads we've got just now. Just hope I think we're going to stay together for another year.
Aye.
We'll split the age groups again, hopefully, so they can all stay together again.
And for folk that didn't ken this, my teams came up against Martin's teams a few times in the boys' league, and a couple of seasons ago it was time to get new strips. You could have got more like a Celtic strip if you tried. It was green and white hoops.
So when Tiger and that asked me to get involved with the boys' league, I said aye, and he says, you take a team. I goes, aye, is there any green and white? And he went, aye, Spartans. And I goes, right. And I think Tiger goes, nah, you can't take Spartans because so-and-so takes them. I goes, well, I'm not eating it then. And he went, all right then, you can take green and white. And I says, right, can I get new strips? He went, aye. I was like, right. So I got the hoopy socks and it's brilliant. See the amount of looks we got. I mind go dude saying, okay, if you are wearing these hoopy strips, hoopy socks, we need to be good. But it was, but it's all the Rangers fans. That's another thing. Like, you get them on, you've done the boys' league, you get them on, they meet up for the first time and they're all quiet. And I had all the strips in the bag again. And I was, any Rangers fans? And I was like, aye, me. Oh, well, you're not going to like these, and you pull out the green and white hoops, and they're like, I'm not wearing that. And then you start the group chat, and after a few games, you get the dads, of Rangers fans saying, it's a good team, but the strips are horrendous.
But that,
so, no, boys' league and school football.
I mind reffing a Seafield tournament a couple of, maybe last year or so. And you took your lot, and you lot were just miles above everybody else. Like,
they're a really good side. Even the school football game, there's a few teams that are decent. Bishop Miller was good, but that team that we had at Greenies, and we've still got at Greenies, are really good players. I think every one of them were a club.
Aye,
and that's the difference.
Aye, definitely.
Like, even the team I've got now, a lot of the young lads, they're all at like Forest, Elgin, Lossie.
Aye.
And like, see, the only thing with the football is it's non-competitive. It's like,
aye.
I think I never played non-competitive.
Nor did I. No.
It was, the Bairns don't play non-competitive anyway. You ask any Bairn, any kid that's playing, they know if they won or lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So why can't we just play for a trophy?
Aye.
Ken, it builds you up.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Aye.
Everybody gets a medal for taking part.
Mm-hmm. It was the same as when we were in school. Like we played competitive, and well, I was Seafield, but I mind going up against the East End team. And the East End team had the Archibalds and the Murdy boys in it, and they were all brilliant. And then you'd go and play New Elgin, that was Soapy and boys, and they were all brilliant. And it was the reason because it was competitive, and you all wanted to fucking win. Like,
But I do think, I think we touched on it a while ago about the football in the area. See, in a few years' time, because the likes of ourselves, Elgin, Lossie, with Fletty, Martin, New, with the youngins, Johnny Mitchell's got the group below me. Forrest, Friskin's got all the age groups as well. Everybody's getting really good coaching.
Even Rothus have got a few.
Ken Rothus, Rothus have got a really good side. Nairn, Ken. So all the Murray teams, Keith, Ken, they're all coaching kids new, a lot younger than we got. Ken, and I do think the quality of player in the area in the next, well, probably Jum's age group above me, the next few, when they're hitting 16, 18, the quality in the area could be really, really good. Not just Elgin, Ken, Lossie's done phenomenal through Fletty, and Martin's got the younger ends under him. Kenny's moved on to Lossie new, but Ken, it is looking good. And I think you can see that with the boys' league. Can you remember in the boys' league before it used to be nobody had clubs?
No.
So everybody was on the same. See now, turning up and you've got nearly everybody's with a club. And it's a shame for the wee Johnny that just never kicked a ball for. Ken, and he's doing there and he's with boys that have been coached for about 2 years. It's hard for them to break in, Ken, even to the boys league. Ken, and I do see a big change in the area, but Fletty always comes up with a good point. Ken, like you always say, how can we not play competitive football? But his Quine can go down to Glasgow every second weekend or something and go to a dance competition, competitive.
It's mental. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? And like, you can go to England and play competitive. Why can we not just do it again?
It's just the SFA for
SFA, and they obviously think it works. So,
proudest achievement in your career, Martin?
Proudest achievement? Getting easy, I think, to say, buddy, winning a cup or captain on Lossie or something like that. But see, for me, it's probably sticking through Lossie, through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then getting back to the good again. Ken, because as I said, anyway, could easy jump ship. Ken, and taking money and went somewhere else, but I never seen it through, and proud of that, to be honest.
I should be.
Probably Kev Williams would have never let me leave anyway. You know what I mean? I think clubs phoned Kev because he was chairman at the time and asked, "Is Martin free?" Nah.
I
think just
got him a 5-year deal.
He's on a 5-year deal, so it'll cost you this much. I wasn't worth that much money. You know what I mean? I mind meeting one team, and I can't say who it was, but I mind meeting them and the money they were offering.
Aye.
I turned it down because I thought, there must be something wrong. If you're offering me, there's better players than me out there that you'll get for less than that. You know what I mean? I said, no way.
Puts pressure on yourself as well playing for that kind of money, doesn't it?
Yes, aye, but I've never wanted to play for money. I've never wanted it to be about money.
Aye.
And I've never done that.
No.
Never. The only time I got a signing on fee is when I went for us.
Aye.
It's the first signing on fee. I got offered a signing on fee at Dufton.
Aye.
Fraser
Jesus.
Bremner went to Dufton, and what a job he done there. Fraser
Aye.
Bremner. Can he took boys? He watched every welfare game going, and he took the best, and he plonked them into a team at Dufton. Alan Murray was chairman. Dougie McCormick.
Aye.
Ken, and I loved it there.
Yeah.
Loved Dufton. And Alan Murray, I mind going to his house, and he was going to sign me, and he says, come round and we'll sign you. And he says, I was sitting there, and he goes, right, what you thinking then? And I go, aye, no bother, I'll come. I says, all I want is put in my contract that if I'm nae happy, I get to leave. So I'd never done the juniors for that long. And I came what it was going to be like. I didn't even care where Dufton was. I got lost. The first time I went there, I got lost to go to Dufton. And Alan says, right, let's speak about money. And I was like, I says, what are you on about? And he goes, right, we're thinking, I don't know if I'm allowed to say. He says,
can
right,
beep it out.
he says, well, we'll give you a signing on fee. And I said, no. I says, I'm not taking money. I says, nah, I'm not wanting money. I says, just put in my contract that if I can leave at any time, I get to leave.
Aye.
And he went, right, no bother. And then Fraser Bremner. Wouldn't have surprised me if you see Fraser Bremner Highland League job.
Aye.
Again, super nickety.
Yeah.
Again, I've seen him. We all had the same training tops with two different colours, green and black. And I think it was Bowie. A few good players at Dufton as well. By the way, Kelvin Main, Ricky, Ricky, Dale Wood. Dale Wood was there when I went. And Scott Bowie. Again, I think Kev Shue mentioned Scott Bowie, I think.
Possibly, aye.
Scott Bowie, I think he maybe did go to Rothes for a while. Centre half, really good. Kelvin Main, really good. Again, few really good players there. And they were all welfare players, I think.
Aye.
Again, until Fraser took them.
Yep.
But I've seen Fraser Bremner made everybody change their strips, their warm-up tops, because one person took the wrong strip, the wrong colour. Everybody was green and black, and I think one person had green. And he says, right, everybody at the green ends off, get the black ends on. Again, but I liked that because he was taking it serious. Again,
Aye.
like there was loads of junior clubs you could have went to.
Yeah.
But I loved it at Dufton.
Aye, brilliant.
Great days again. And I mind I put petrol, right? I put petrol in my diesel car on the way to a game. And I was like, oh, it's gutted. Okay. And parked it at the kind of garage as you're going, just turn off for Craigellachie.
Aye, yeah.
I think it was there or something. And I mind the wife saying to me, £500 been put into your bunk. What? And he goes, £500 been put into your bunk. And for who? Dufton. It's a mistake. Okay. So phoned Alan. I says, Alan, transfer this money back. Can you or Dougie's put money into my bank? And he says, it's for your car. Help you pay for the car. I goes, no. No, what not. I gave him it back. Back in again. Okay. And Alan and Dougie said to me, keep giving us it back. We're just going to keep giving you it again.
Aye.
And it's just, never had that. Okay. It's crazy. Try to pay for my car to get fixed. Okay.
That's mental.
Nuts.
That's absolutely mental.
But I loved the time at Dufton. Really good as well.
Right, you're 1 to 11. We'll go through it and we'll
Hard
pick
choice.
out a couple of names for it.
Yep.
So you got Minnie, Shawnee Noble, Hulk, Mo, Flitty, Stewie Cameron, Ellis, Mishi Green, Coco Blackhall, Biscuits, Shalker, and then your bench, you've got Ross McCarty, Scotty Math, Coco and Gary Youngson.
Yeah.
Who's going to be your captain in that team?
It's a hard one. Ross McCarty. He's no starting, but probably go Ross McCarty.
Aye.
Again, Ross McCarty would probably be. He wouldn't have cared about any of that boys.
Aye. Yeah.
Ken, as big Mo is and Hulk is, Ross McCarty would have treated them the same way as he treated me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He wasn't a fear or nothing.
Aye.
Nothing. Okay. He got...
Did you ever play with Darren?
Nah.
Nah.
Darren's juniors came when I had went in, and then like Darren's coming to his end. I heard he was a good player. Like, Ross was good.
Yeah.
Just need to take no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he didn't take no shit off of anybody, and he didn't take no shit off of any of us either.
Aye.
He came into, I don't know if anybody's told us, but he came in at half time. I think Big Mo had just been sent off just before half time. Ross ran into the changing room, picked up Mo's boot off the floor, and pinned Big Mo to the bench with his own boot.
Jesus.
Okay. And that was to Big Mo.
Aye.
Okay, and you just think, fucking hell, nobody does that. You know what I mean? And we were playing away to Vale. And Ross McCarty, there was a boy, what's his name? Bruno, I think he got called. And he was punching me in the ribs off the ball. Ross was injured, but he was on the bench making up numbers. And Ross went mental at half time. He says to me, just go out and punch him in the face. Go out, punch him. If you don't, I will. No. Bruno was a hearty bastard. I was like, no way. So 5 minutes into the second half, 10 minutes into the second half, look sore. Ross is fucking standing at the side ready to come on. It's like, he's injured. Okay. Just making up numbers. So ball was a throw in. Ball got through to Ross, and he took a touch and turned, and Bruno fucking hit him right through him, and Ross lands on top of him. His hands like that, and Bruno got up and he was like, "You bit me, you bit me," and Ross was slithering out his mouth and nothing. It's just nuts, man. But brilliant.
Yeah.
Ross was a really good player.
So Cotter, like we've heard a lot. I've seen Cotter's coaching.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
brilliant.
It's unreal.
Best training I've had. Again, all through my career, Cotter's coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Cotter used to pull a wee bit of paper out, right? Honestly, it was like a stamp. He'd pull it out, and he'd look at it, and he'd speak to you for about 20 minutes. He either heard the smallest writing in the world. Honestly, it was like a smaller than a post-it pad, came at me.
Aye.
And he'd speak for ages, and he'd go on about corners and shape, and really good Cotter, really nice guy and a good laugh.
Aye.
Good player.
Watched his New Elgin sessions over the last.
Yeah.
We shared a pitch with him on a Thursday night, and you just sit back and watch it.
Yeah.
Like it's good.
I actually stole a lot of his like drills.
Aye.
Kind of changed them round for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So especially at the beginning when we were doing the coaching at Elgin and that.
Aye.
Because I wasn't doing any tickets or anything like that at the time. I was just in and doing it, and just doing training drills that I'd done myself under Cotter and Charlie, and changed them round.
Aye.
But him and Shawnee Noble were really good.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sean was a good player.
Aye.
Quick.
Very quick. Aye.
anything.
Yeah.
Again.
Just going beyond every time.
Yep. Really good. Really good.
It was a lot's been said about Mo's left foot, but Mo's very much 2-footed as well, you know.
Mo was a great player.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Lossie were probably lucky to have Mo. Again, and then when Mo left, like every team's probably got that player where if you had Mikey Mo in your team, boys would have signed to play with him.
Aye.
Ken, or stayed if Mo was staying.
Aye, I know what you're saying.
Ken, what I mean? Like, same with Biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, what I mean? Boys would have played. Boys came to Lossie because Biscuits was there.
Aye.
Ken, we stayed because Biscuits was there.
Yep.
Ken, what I mean? Brilliant, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
My Mo was, you can just tell, his stuff he's won, and that speaks for itself.
Well, we're going to try and get him on in the next couple of months, but Scotty Matheson.
Yeah, Scotty was some player. Good for
Rapid.
Rangers.
Aye.
Again, another one like Ellis and Mishi Green. And just made it look easy.
Yeah.
And just easy.
Last mains we had him in. This was his, because I've got Darcy's niece, obviously John's daughter.
Aye.
And she's just rapid. And this was he's saying, he was fucking lightning.
Disham was faster, brother.
Aye.
Dish was fast.
Okay.
Aye. I'd say never really put Scotty down for being fast.
Aye.
Because probably Disham left him behind. He was lightning quick.
That's good. Gary Youngson. So I think I've had one mention. I kind of think who.
See Gary. Like, you never once came off and went, Gary was brilliant today.
Aye.
But you never came off and said he was shit.
Aye, solid.
It's just solid, consistent. And mind about Gary, we played Fraserburgh away, right? And it was Mad Friday. And we were playing the next day. Me and Sean Noble worked together at Euros. And it was snowing, heavy snow in Elgin. We thought, yes, game's off. So we went out, works night out. Everybody did. Everybody thought the game was going to be off.
Aye.
Away to Fraserburgh. I don't know why we thought the game was going to be off. It was on. So I mind getting on the bus and everybody was hanging.
Aye.
And Dougie Cool played for us that day.
Right, okay.
Dougie Cool Dougie Cool came, scored 2.
Jesus.
We won 3-1. But see that game, Gary Youngson was standing in the queue for the pie shop with his whole kit on, hanging, waiting to buy a pie. In the queue with all the fans. Hanging in his ears.
That's quality. That's absolutely quality. See if you had to pick one, if that was a team built and you had to pick one player that's going to stand out amongst them, who's going to be Biscuit?
Apart from any.
Aye. Biscuits or Schalker. That's your game winners, isn't it?
Yeah. Biscuits.
Aye.
Biscuits. Charlie was really good for me. Again, laid men loads of times because he just made a target man. But Biscuits for me.
Yeah.
Biscuits would win you a game on his own.
Aye.
Brilliant player.
Would you hear a gaffer for your 11? 'Cause you've had a few good ends.
I'd hate to go with 2. It would hate to be Tiger and Charlie.
Aye. Yeah.
Again, I'd hate to get a ball licking off them both, but at the same time, but
Aye, that's just bad cop, bad cop.
Very good cop. Would take a throw, I don't know. Kev Stew would take me a third. He would come at you and tell you weren't as bad as what they two were saying.
That's brilliant. Right, before we get into the last question, Martin, thank you for the last
No bother.
wee while. It's
Thanks
been
for having me.
No, it's been really good to look back, mate. We've had a lot of mentions. As I was saying to Mainzer last night, people just keep getting mentioned over and over again. We need to get them in and chat with them. And then I can get Hulk in now because he says I'm not doing it until
Until we said about
until
him.
McMullan and Fletty's done it. Okay. So I'll be getting Hulk in next and see what he's got to say. But
half the stories about Hulk you can't tell. That's the problem.
that's what I've heard.
If you turn this off, I'll be able to tell you.
Final question is always the same, Martin. One penalty to save your life. Who takes it?
Oof. After this, take be myself. A few folk would miss deliberately.
Did you take much penalties in your career?
The last one I took, I missed.
Aye.
FC Thistle in the cup.
Okay.
So the next penalty we get, I'm taking it. I have to. Because I can't hear that. I didn't take many penalties until I went to Dufton.
Aye.
So, no, I would take it myself.
Take it
I don't
yourself.
trust anyone. Biscuits would definitely miss.
Aye.
See for how good he was. You wouldn't have put him on pens.
No.
Nah. The amount of bloody balls he used to put over the bar, Ken.
Aye, it's just smash them like.
Just smash him.
Aye.
I never liked Biscuits when he was going out and take a penalty. Kev Flett was good at pens.
Aye. Yeah.
But nah, I still think after the Marv comment, I think he would miss deliberately, Nah, I hate to hit it myself. Or one of the Bairns in my team.
Aye. Okay.
I'll let them hit it.
Brilliant. Cheers for your time, Martin.
No, thank you very much.
We hope you enjoyed that episode of the Football Journals. If you want to support the show and get access to your episodes early, then head over to Patreon, patreon.com/footballjournals, capital F, capital J, where for just £5 a month, you can get access to your Football Journals episodes early, as well as a catalogue of episodes that were released as video only on Patreon. Alternatively, if there's just one episode you cannot wait for without a subscription, you can purchase an episode for a one-time payment. It all goes a long way to helping Lee keep bringing you these podcast episodes on a bi-weekly basis. That said, if you can't afford it, don't worry, you can support the show by watching or listening on the many platforms the podcast is on for free: YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Whilst you are there, if you can leave the show a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple, if that's where you get your podcasts, or leave a wee like and subscribe on YouTube if that's the weapon of choice you have where you consume your podcasts. Make sure you've turned bell notifications on for whatever platform you're watching or listening on, so you're alerted every time that a new episode releases. If you also want to keep up to date with what's going on with the Football Journals, with reels, raffles, giveaways and updates, then be sure to follow the show on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok at, all lowercase, the Football Journals Podcast. And if you want to get in touch with becoming a season ticket holder, gaining access to advertisement and a free year's Patreon subscription, among some of the other perks that you'll get out of that, then get in touch with us either via the podcast socials or email us at footballjournalspod@gmail.com. Thank you for all the continued support, and we shall see you in the next episode.